Good evening and welcome back to live softball action from West Beach in South Australia. Well, it's bright, it's warmish, and we've got some great action. Get ready to take the roof off of it here with fully loaded softball. Hello and welcome. I'm James Harris, Maddie Cameron alongside of me, and we're about to get underway with the Thunder versus the Angels. G'day, Maddie.
Hey, how is everyone? Great day for softball. Great weather.
Good to have you here as well. Travelodge Aussie Spirit representative Maddie Cameron, just sitting next to me. I can already tell that we're going to have better content than the normal guys that sit next to me. So if you're watching, I know you are, Nick and Laura and my good mate Mark.
I'll try to live up to their commentary expectations.
Well, massive game to get underway tonight. It is top of the table, Thunder versus the Nairne Angels from the MFSA. You got an early tip for us, Maddie?
Ooh, not sure. Looks like they're going with their younger pitchers tonight, which is exciting. So I think we might have a close game.
We'll be able to go through those lineups in just a moment,
yes.
But to get things underway, it is Millie Fitch pitching to Belinda White. Here's the first pitch of the night, straight down the middle for a strike.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Well, Millie Fitch is pitching to Zoe Young, Jenny Grays at first, Jordan Lambert at second, Chelsea Robinson at shortstop, and Mickey Collins at third. We'll go through the outfield in a moment. Belinda White pulls this one and goes foul. Yep, so 2 strikes. So Millie getting ahead of the count. The outfield, Mackenzie Ween, Regan Lambert, and at right field is Pippa Atkins. So runners on base for the Thunder, Ellie Georgiaris, Chloe Charlton, and Simi Dhaliwal. You're all up to date, all the players on the diamond. Let's have a look at Millie Fidge ahead of the count. That one's pretty close. And the expert commentary coming from Madeline Cameron.
Very formal.
Yeah. From the Scoots Cafe West Beach Vespas, change up, goes foul. It's a good change of pace.
Really good pitch. Really good pitch. Looks like she's definitely throwing it in there. So we'll see what Belle comes up with.
Well, challenging Belle White, who'd have to be one of the players of the tournament so far. She's 9 for 11 at the moment, hitting about 818.
That's crazy. Crazy batting average for this competition, but no surprises.
Yeah, 5 home runs from her 9 hits. That one's low for a ball.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea, keeping it down and out of the power zone of Belinda White, who's really taking advantage of this 180-foot home run line.
Definitely. Yeah, you have to keep it low in this competition. Otherwise, just gets elevated. Elevate and celebrate. Is that what they say?
I love that. That's going to be my hashtag for tonight on Instagram, I reckon. When you're up to bat, I'll
hope
get a
so.
photo.
Hope I can elevate one. Oof.
Well, this one's popped up into foul territory. The Angels really need to complete the play here, and they do. That's fantastic for the Angels, just because of how red hot Belinda White is at the moment.
Yeah, that's a super big out for them.
That was Jenny Gray who took the catch. Let's have a look at the statewide super replay on screen there. She just took her eye off of it, didn't she? Yeah. Good catch taken.
But Sarah Tonkin's been hitting really well in our normal league, so we'll see what she does.
Yeah,
leaves that
one of the reasons why the Sturt Falcons are sitting where they are on the ladder in the Adelaide Club competition is because of the top 4 hitters in the Sturt lineup, and she's one of them.
She is.
Check
she's probably
swing.
hitting our best at the moment. So it's really
she's
good.
up there. I don't want to give too much away. I want to save it for the weekend, but Ada Brinketree's absolutely, Ada Caruana's killing it. She's top of the averages for the Sturt Falcons. This one gets away from Zoe Young.
Score their first run here.
Yeah, Ellie Georgiaris will score from third pace on the pass ball. Now, Maddie, we've actually seen that quite a fair bit. A lot of first pitches have been getting away from the catcher. That has something to do with the no warm-up pitches.
Yeah, it can be a bit tricky with the younger ones. They normally get better in the 2nd or 3rd innings after throwing a few. But there are some really great catches in the comp, so I think they're backed up. They're pitching really well.
Millie Fidge just gets Sarah Tonkin chasing one just above the strike zone. she was probably green lighting herself too, because that may have been
definitely.
a walk. We'll have to check the count from World Baseball Softball Confederation Hall of Famer Neville Lawrence behind the plate. Yep, 3 balls and 1 strike. She gave herself a green light.
Yes.
Was out of the zone. She could have had a walk. Fidge. Good shot from Sarah Tonkin. Finds the
Nice
5-6
gap.
hole.
Yep.
Chloe Charlton comes in to score. Sarah Tonkin just edges off the base a little bit, but doesn't go or test the Angels' defence. So 1 out. 2 runs have been scored now with Sarah Tonkin bringing in the first RBI of the game. The other run was scored on a pass ball. Sophie Roberts coming up to bat.
Now, we have a 1-3 split happening here. Not sure if they're going to do anything. Not many people have done much. Oh, it looks like they're...
Well, an attempt to get the runner
Risky.
at third is going to...
Risky.
Well, high risk would have been high reward, but she's paid the price.
Yep.
Not only has the runner stood up safely at second base, Sarah Tonkin, but the runner from third has scored, and that was Simi Dhaliwal. So Sophie Roberts has a runner in scoring position. She'll be looking to bring in a 4th Thunder run. And the runs just come so quickly, don't they?
They do. But it happens on both ends, so it's easy to get back. So a big lead to start with doesn't often mean that you're going to come through with the win.
Great insight from Maddie Cameron from the Vespas.
That was
long foul
really
ball.
well.
Would have been a no-doubter, but it's gone foul. Mackenzie Ween just taking her time there, trying to get a little bit of TV time, I think, with the trot to pick that one up in foul territory. Well, that's a let-off for the Angels, really, isn't it? Because now Millie can learn from that one, and she can, well, I'm not going to put it there again.
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Keep it low.
Great pitch and a good comeback from Fidge to get the strikeout. Second out, bringing up Jess Neves. Tell something about Jess Neves. She's just made the Stars lineup for the first
exciting. She's put in so much hard work over the off-season, and she's really earned her spot in the Stars.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's really exciting to see, and she's a great upcoming player. So, well, she's been playing for a while now, but...
She chops at this one. It's going to go into no man's land, right in between centre field, right field, and the second base player for an RBI single for Jess Neves and the Thunder. They go to 4 runs in this first inning with 2 out.
She's a little pocket rocket, Jess is.
Yeah, Statewide Super Replay will show that shot was perfectly placed, and I bet you she'd be a little bit excited as well when she got the news that she was elevated to the senior team.
So excited. Yeah, great addition to our team.
Well, how about this for a story? Neve Adams, the youngest player in this competition, is playing under 16s and under 18s this year for South Australia. Gets this one right side. This one's got the journey.
That looks like it's...
That is a home run opposite field for the youngest player in the competition. A home run to Neve Adams. And let's have a look at the Thunder home run celebration. Talk us through it, Maddie.
Looks like they've got a few little musical items as well to help out tonight. They had some whistles last week, and it sounded like Rose on the door in the Titanic. So wasn't a big fan of that one, but...
Well, Neve Adams actually took a pitch perhaps high and just a little bit out of the zone and pushed it opposite field. So she had the right idea trying to put the ball behind the runner, but she just hit it so well that it travelled the journey. So a home run to Neve Adams.
Yeah.
This one's high and out of the zone for Kelsey Barker. I can give you a little bit of stats on Neve Adams. Actually 4 from 6, hitting .667. Wow. So that will only improve her batting average. Yeah. It is her first home run of the competition. Well done to Neve. So 2 balls now for Kelsey Barker, who has hit a home run. She's killing it as well, hitting .571 for the Thunder. Yeah, we'll and the strength of the Thunder lineup is the reason why they're top of the ladder.
Definitely, yeah.
Maddie, talk us through some of the tactics that has been going on in the Vespas dugout. I mean, I don't want you to give us too much away, but are you talking about maybe some shifts? Are you talking about 2-strike adjustments from the first pitch? Are you talking about any defensive plays, getting a throw in quick, smart, trying to make that sharp play?
Yeah, I think we have quite a young lineup, but we have definitely talked tactics in terms of instead of getting that lead runner, because sometimes it's better to roll the double if that ball's up the middle. Right, give up
a run to make it out,
some more outs.
2.
Yeah.
Chops this one to shortstop, Chelsea Robinson.
That's a great
with the sun in her eyes, just takes Jenny Gray off the base, and Kelsey Barker with that pace, and she beats out the throw, gives herself every opportunity to be safe. 2 outs. Gee, the Angels can't get that third out.
Yeah, struggling at the moment.
It was a good play from Chelsea
That
to
was a
take
good
it down
play.
low.
And it looks like the sun is definitely blaring at shortstop. So we'll have to wait for that one to go down.
It's actually the reason why the Adelaide Club competition don't start their games on a Wednesday night until 8 o'clock because of this sun.
Yeah.
Fully loaded softball. We're testing our players at all levels, and at its worst, it'll probably be at about 7:45. So we've tried to time it so it's in between the breaking games.
But it can get pretty difficult to see at shortstop with that sun. So we'll see what happens here. That's a great pitch by
good
Millie.
pitch from Millie to get back in the zone. So she's got a couple of strikes now on Ellie Georgiaris. Ahead of the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'm going to speak to you about franchise owners in a moment. This ground ball to Chelsea Robinson, who will make
That's a good play.
Out to the lead runner. Kelsey Barker, there's a bit of play in that, playmanship, gamesmanship in that one, because it was Kelsey Barker that slid into second base that cleared Jordan Lambert last week.
So I think Jordan might have had a little bit of a deja vu there, but she's got out of that one nicely.
Yeah, and a good slide from Kelsey Barker, by the way. There was no ill intent in what happened last week. So that wraps up the top of the first inning. 6 runs on the board for the Thunder. That's a lot of runs. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah, 6 runs is good. We can see a team chat going on there. Head coach for tonight is Justina Adams. So Steph Trzynski's been promoted as well. So she's one of the assistant coaches, but she was on diamond that last inning and not starting this game.
So she's having a rest. So we've got.
Does that mean that she's going to throw against you guys?
Probably.
Oh, well, they've got the wood over you, haven't they? Because we can see in the matchups that Thunder are 4-0 over the Vespers. What are you going to do to change that this week?
Can't tell you.
Okay, all right.
It's a secret.
I know the answer to that question already. It's score more runs than them, right?
Yes, exactly.
Maddie, I actually want to talk about the uniforms and also the franchise owners just quickly. I will just let you know Ellie Georgiaris is pitching to Sarah Tonkin with Sophie Roberts at first, Jess Neves at second, Neve Adams at third, with Belle White at shortstop, the outfield, Chloe Charlton, Simi Dhaliwal and Kelsey Barker at right field. But we can't have this competition without our franchise owners, Emmsee Sportswear Thunder, MFSA Nairne Angels. So thanks to those guys.
Most importantly, Scoots Cafe.
Most importantly, Scoots Cafe West Beach.
Supporting the Vespers.
Now, we had Hayley and Faris in the crowd last week. We spoke to Hayley and everyone's heard it from me already. You've got to tell us, what's their coffee like? What's their service like? You've got
Great. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Close to the beach. Perfect location.
Yeah. It's very interesting. Like, I've got a bit of a biased opinion. I'll go there, most days, every couple of days, every other day. I'll go there for a soy latte. And what about you? What's your coffee of choice, Maddie?
Oh, I'm a bit basic. I like a cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
Yep.
And
bit of
Faris
chocolate on the top.
Always says to me, he says, sometimes I can't remember everyone's names, but I remember their coffee order. And how's that
That's awesome.
for service? And their steak sandwich, bloody good as well, right?
Oh, that one's getting away.
2 wild pitches in a row, and that'll see 2 runs scored on a ball for walk for Jordan Lambert. So she leads off without taking the bat off her shoulder. The 2 runners on base to start with were Mickey Collins and
I
Pippa
think
Atkins.
they might have got Pippa then if someone was at home plate.
Covering home.
Yeah, I reckon.
Chelsea Robinson is
Sarah
the next
took
hitter.
On that one. Chelsea Robinson, see what she does here. Ooh.
She goes opposite field as well, and
That's
one
still
bounce
in.
to right field, Kelsey Barker. Jordan Lambert held up, just hesitated a little bit just to make sure the ball wasn't caught.
I think that was like a hit and run there. Looked like Jordan was heading to 2 on that, so...
Yeah, good aggressive play.
Yeah, definitely.
And it was Millie Fitch who scored from third base. We were talking about how good Bell was batting. Chelsea Robinson's got 7 hits on the tournament. She's hit 2 home runs. She's hitting .438. So another hit for Chelsea Robinson.
Be interested to see if the Angels change their home run celebration tonight. I'm not really sure if they're sticking to their original idea.
First 3 weeks it was the halo, and then last week we saw the trust catch. Did you see that one?
Yes.
Where turned backwards into the arms. Jessie Dressick was there to take the majority of the way.
I'm sure she was.
Chelsea Robinson takes off.
That one's getting away, and that's an easy score.
Well, we did mention before giving up a run to make an out, and Sarah Tonkin didn't even check the runner at third. It was the fastest runner that we've got probably in the country, Jordan Lambert on third. She was trying to get Chelsea Robinson, who's no slouch either. She was at second base safely all day.
That's a high pitch.
And high contact. Good play by Simi Darlowell's got a chance to make the out at third, but Chelsea Robinson takes off on the catch.
Great throw. Was that
Simi?
Simi, that was a great throw.
Sure was. And the fly ball to centre field has advanced the runner. So we've had 3 batters. We've scored 5 runs already. The runner's on game-tying runs on third base, and up to bat is Zoe Young.
So it's definitely easy to get those runs back, for sure.
Goes after the first pitch, and just out of the reach of Neves. The tying run will score. It was a great effort, and Zoe Young will get an RBI single. She'll get a catch a speed up now. Courtesy runner.
Great to see a young hitter driving the ball opposite field to score that run, though. That's good contact.
Oh, just out of reach of Jess Neves. Hey,
Yeah,
and that great camera angle is coming to from the great man himself, David Muggleton's on field tonight. He's got the camera, he's got the helmet. He loves this game, by the way. He'd never played it before, and you know what he does on his day off? Comes to watch softball.
Yes, he does. I definitely saw him last night in the cold in the Wednesday night game. So
well, there you go. And
he does love it.
We didn't even have the cameras out operating. It's is it 6-all now? It's Chelsea Robinson scored. It's only 5. Those 3 that started on base plus those 2. Jenny Gray was the first out.
That's a great change.
It is only 5. The scorebug was correct. Right.
Great pitch.
Ellie. I don't know who this batter is on deck. Can you tell me, in the box, can you tell me anything about it?
Regan Lambert.
Oh, Regan Lambert, is it?
Also my housemate.
Is that right? Is that part of the North Plimpton crew that that has some esteemed company, doesn't it? With the likes of Belle White, Jordan Lambert, Amber Hood.
Yes, definitely has had.
Monica Perry was there for a while as well.
Yep.
There is a couple of houses in the North
So
Plimpton
it is
area
a house of softballers.
That's had some softballers going through it from time to time.
Yes. But no, I think Regan has definitely established her own name in this game, apart from being Jordan Lambert's younger sister.
Well, don't tell Jordan, but Regan's actually got a better batting average than Jordan. She's hitting .556 on the season. She goes down swinging on this occasion. A good base running from Jenny Gray.
Ooh.
She's been caught out there because she didn't slide into second base. So the Thunder, with that double play, will go into the second innings with a 1-run lead. And what a great double play to end the inning.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was a
great pick off.
Aggressive running, but just needed to get in a little bit.
We're on camera here, Maddie, so make sure you're smiling and say good day. We'll get to some social media as well, I think.
Yes.
So talk us through how you feel about how the first inning went.
I think the first inning was great. As I said to start with, I knew it was going to be a close game. So 6-5. We'll see what the Thunder do here with their hitting. But I think, great competition at the moment.
Yep, no worries. Well, let's have a look at some social media now. We can see that Chook Letton's watching from the Riverland with his family there. And
Chrissy is my favourite person.
She says great to see your lovely face. Normally she's telling me how much she loves me. So hi, Chrissy. Dee's watching as well. Merry Christmas to you, Dee. Nice work, Maddie. There you go. Well done to the Angels. Thanks to Aussie for
that. I also have to shout out to Lana Kaysler in Kadina. She is watching tonight, and I told her that I would definitely give her a shout out. So good on you, Lance, for the support.
Yeah, Lancey's a favourite of ours as well. Can't wait to see her in a fully loaded uniform. Surely she'll be in town to get a game in at some stage.
Surely in the white and red for the Scoots Vespas.
The Scoots Cafe West Beach Vespas. Now, Maddie, you're actually going to take off soon, aren't you? And you've got to go warm up. So we'll just wait until we get our new commentator in. He's just arrived, so we'll make sure that he's settled in before you take off.
Chloe Charlton at the moment.
Yeah, she's the 8 hitter in the lineup for the Thunder. So
and she has some wheels on her. So we'll see what happens here.
We can see Ellie Georgiaris on first base. Kelsey Barker's on second. A pass ball is going to see Neve Adams come close to the plate.
Ooh,
She's just avoided the target. Good fadeaway slide. to get under that tag and score another run for the Thunder. Great action, huh?
That was great. That was an awesome slide by, I think that was Neve, was it not?
It was Neve Adams. We'll see that on the statewide super replay. Ball gets away. Chloe Charlton did swing at that one, so a strike will count. And she was out if she went straight for the plate, but she was able to avoid the tag and just clip the edge of the plate for a run. Simi Dhaliwal's up to bat. We will welcome to the commentary Troy Purcell. Welcome, Troy.
Thank you, James. Thanks.
You hear that okay? All right, let's try that again. Welcome, Troy.
Thanks, James. Thanks for having me.
And we can say good luck.
Thank you.
And goodbye to Maddie Cameron. We'll see you on the
field.
field.
And go Vespas. So everyone at home, support the Vespas.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what the Vespas new home run celebration is going to be.
Yes, it's a good one.
All right.
All right,
Thanks
everyone.
again, Maddie.
Thank you.
Amazing to have star talent in the commentary table, commentary desk, part of the Spacequake Sports Call team, Travelodge Aussie Spirit outfielder Maddie Cameron. Welcome, Troy.
Welcome, James. Thank you.
This is a good get for us, a Queenslander. Well, I guess you're a South Australian at heart, born and bred, but a Queenslander these days, and you helped us out with the Australian Masters games as well. So welcome to Fully Loaded.
Thanks, James. It's pretty exciting to be here, actually. It's very different from obviously watching it at home on the TV and with Spacequake, and yeah, it's really good to be here live.
Well, we had Maddie Cameron at the commentary desk just there.
And we just had Belinda White
now
just
we've got
rip one out
Belinda
foul.
White up to bat, and so Troy, we did mention her stats just earlier. So just for you, she's 9 for 11. We're after her at bat today. 9 for 12 of the season, hitting 750 with 5 home runs. Perhaps player of the tournament so far. So
how impressive is that?
Let you call this one, mate.
So just watches it for a strike there on the outside corner.
Yeah, 96 Ks from Millie Fidge as well. So she's just turned the dial up a little.
She's actually that's quite quick for someone that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Belle White just aggressively trying to get after one that's high and fouls it off. So she has aggressive intent, and this game really suits her, doesn't it? This format of the game, the shorter fence, but aggressive intent of the team, because even a miss hit's going to score a run.
Yeah, that's right. And with her power, it's these short fences really do suit her game, like you said. And she really doesn't have to swing hard or go for the back of the fence, but she has made it a couple of times, I believe. Down low on the ground, pass ball.
Kelsey Barker will cross the plate.
Makes it easy.
Unopposed, so another run to the Thunder, extending their lead out 8-5. We mentioned with Maddie that the Thunder have got the wood over the Vespers. 4 games played, 4 wins to the Thunder, whereas it's the Angels that have got it over the Thunder at the moment. 3 wins to the Angels, 1 to the Thunder in their 4 contests. So the Thunder will be looking to get a win up over the Angels in this game.
Well, it'd be nice if they can get some runs on there. So scores 8-5 at the moment. They are on top. So just to build on what they have at the moment would be good for them.
Change of pace down to 78 from Fidge, and just checking the swing on Belinda White. The umpire up at first base is Dave Datson, is it? Gosh, I can't see yet. Dave Muggleton's in my way there. Dave Datson, umpire at first. We've got Dave Borovnik on second, KT on third, the Hall of Famer Neville Lawrence behind the plate. Strike out
watching.
For the third out, and Belinda's not happy with that one. She gives a cheeky little look to Neville on the way past. Well, Belle, don't feel too bad. I've had much worse called on me from the great man before.
And didn't he enjoy that throw out though?
He loves to get a big scout. Troy, I'll get you to show your attention over to our right. We're on camera, so you can wave and you can say g'day to anyone watching at home.
Well, there is a particular man watching at home. It happens to be our Pop is watching at home. I set him up on the TV for him, and he's watching and listening to us probably right now.
Is that right? Ted?
Hello. Yeah, Ted. Hello, Ted.
G'day, Ted. I hope you're doing well, mate, and thanks for watching. We can see that there's a few old friends watching back at home. Scott Watson would have enjoyed that last strikeout. Yep. We've also got Scott Humphreys is watching at home. We've had some great news. He's just fostering a couple of kids, him and his partner Josh. So congratulations to you,
well
Scotty.
done, mate.
A couple of old board members are watching as well. Janelle and Simone, hello to you two. I'm sure they're enjoying the action, both state representatives, one as a coach, one as a statistician. Nicole Ween's watching as well, and she'll desperately be wanting to see Mackenzie Ween, who's up to bat now, continuing with her great form as she hits this one to third base. A good play from Neve Adams to get the force out at home. All other runners are safe.
One. So who's sitting second on the home run count, James?
Oh, gosh.
I would say it'd be pretty close to Maddie Cameron, wouldn't it?
I reckon you asked this question to me last week. Live on air, and I wasn't able to give you an answer. It's Maddie Cameron on 3. We've got home run count. Listen to these names as we watch. Mickey Collins is up to bat in the left-handed box for the Angels. We can see Belinda White on 5, Maddie Cameron on 3, Pippa Atkins, Chelsea Robinson, Amber Hood, and Hayley Benithan all on 2 home runs. Guess what? They're all Stars players, believe it or not.
It's going to be good for the Nationals coming up very soon. You've got some great pitching depth in your Nationals.
Watch out, Gilly Shield. The Stars are coming. Power all through their lineup. They've got speed as well. Here we go, Mickey Collins, left-handed batter's box. Well, there it is, the great man. Nothing gets past him. Mickey Collins is going to be called out for batting out of the box. So if our Spacequake Sports camera operators are watching,
yep, here we go.
It's we're trying to look for a view of the batter's box.
Neville just pointing to where she stood out.
No worries at all. We might see if we can get a replay of that soon. But this is Pippa Atkins now up to bat. We just mentioned her. She's got 2 home runs on the season. Pippa Atkins hitting 364. Went to Junior Women's Worlds earlier this year as a part of the Junior Spirit team.
Watch that one for a strike.
She'll be in the Stars lineup for the 2nd time this year as well. And she's killing it with the Sturt Falcons in the Adelaide Club competition. She was our guest just a couple of weeks ago on the commentary table. She spoke very well as well for a young player.
Yep.
Just watches this one. Great camera angle. We can just see that replay. If we can get that again, and we could see if Mickey Collins was in fact batting out of the box. Pippa Atkins grounds this one over to Belinda White. Might get an interference call here.
It wasn't an out on the interference. It was definitely an out at second anyway. She's played it well under the sun.
Well, that's exactly what happened. There we go. Mickey Collins did step out of the box. What a great call from umpire Neville Lawrence. We had no doubt whatsoever that he got the call right, but that camera angle from the Spacequake Sports crew, just absolutely fantastic. World class, and it's terrific to be able to have that insight and to see a quality umpire like Neville Lawrence being able to pick up that is terrific action, as well as what's going on in the diamond, which we can say, the Thunder, right on top of things here after 2 complete innings, holding a 3-run lead.
8-5. What impresses me is the camera angle inside the diamond. So when you're actually watching this at home, it's really good coverage, I've got to admit.
It's terrific innovation. It's the best softball coverage that's available for free in the world. And a great example of it right now, and that is David Muggleton just getting the camera angle of one of SA's finest there, Belinda White. No other softball coverage has a camera on diamond like we have here with Spacequake Sports. All right, let's get back to the action. Sarah Tonkin is actually 2nd batter in the lineup for the Thunder. She's up to bat for her 2nd time. Thunder only put 2 runs on the board last inning. Let's see if they can extend their lead here with Jenny Gray pitching for the Angels.
That's a nice shot. First shot.
Well, she gets after it first pitch, and it'll be a ground rule double. So 2 runs will score. Belinda White will have to go back to 3rd base.
Bit of a conversation down there between Nev and Belinda White.
No, it's a ground rule double. Chelsea Robinson just trying to play cheeky buggers there, trying to make some tag outs. But what has happened is that it's a ground rule double, so 2 bases awarded as the ball left the field of play. So good, aggressive start to the 3rd inning for the Thunder. They put 2 on the board with a 2-run double from Sarah Tonkin. Sophie Roberts, the new hitter. Now, Jenny Gray just brings in a little bit of a change of pace for the Angels. So just trying to mess up the timing a little bit of the Thunder batters. We saw Millie Fidge do a really good job in the first 2 innings for the Angels to restrict the Thunder to just 8 runs. And we can see from the scores from previous weeks, the Thunder have put 20 on the board, 19, 14. They really are good at scoring high scores there. 16 against the Angels in week 3, the game that they won.
It's it'll be interesting to see from last week when Belinda White had a bit of a rest, I believe, to see how many runs they piled on when she wasn't playing. Because she has been smashing in a lot of runs at the moment.
Bell had a break last week. Here's Sophie Roberts, gets a shot. This one's going to go to the fence as well. And a great effort from the centre fielder, Regan Lambert. But all in all, 2 runs have scored. The only thing that she's really reduced was Sophie Roberts from a double down to a single. Let's have a look at the statewide super replay. Crushes that ball to centre left field. And great diving play from Regan Lambert. 2 runs did cross the plate. Sarah Tongan and Belinda White. So Jess Neves now the hitter. We've got no outs, 4 runs on the board already in this inning. A pass ball will see Sophie Roberts advance to second and stretch their lead out to 7. Now, we just mentioned how good the Thunder are at scoring runs, but they're also good at blanking the opposition as well. We just saw only 1 run cross the plate for the Angels in that last inning. And 5 for the game so far. So they've been misers in their defence as well. They kept the Vespas down to just 3 runs last week, even though Belinda White was having a game off. And just to touch on your point, Thunder scored 7 in both games without Belinda White last week. So very good point that you raised.
As Mr. Hull says, it tells a story.
Lee Hull, he'd be one of the greats. You would have played under Lee Hull.
Yes,
1994.
1994, under 16 coach. My first ever state coach. Oh,
change up. That's going to go to Chelsea Robinson at shortstop and get it across for the first out of the inning. Sophie Roberts advances.
It would have been a nice double if someone had been running 2 second. Just having a bit of a chuckle with themselves out there.
It was a good change up. Now Chelsea was behind the runner by the time she picked it up, so it was so it wasn't an opportunity for a double there. So Jenny Gray is just throwing this off speed at the moment. Do you see how fast that one came in at? 54 k's an hour. Let's have a look. See what she's got for Neve Adams this time around. Neve used the pace of the ball, her first turn up at bat, when Millie Fidge threw one just up out of the zone. She was able to drive it opposite field and it went for a home run. So seeing the ball very well, is she able to slow down the hands here?
Oh, it was a good swing, good cut of the ball. So have to be patient, wait on that ball.
1 out. Got 2 strikes on the hitter. Runners on third base, and the Thunder with a handy 7-run lead. Another good change of pace, and it was well watched. It probably just missed the outside edge because the height looked okay to me. Yeah, this is actually pretty good tactics when you think about it. Like, you come in with the fire of a Jessie Dressick, for example.
The 81 Ks.
Throwing 110. Then you've got your Millie Fidges throwing at high 90s. And then you've got Jenny Graves coming in really off pace. We talk about the T20 bowling tactics and how the slower ball has really evolved with T20. This is where change-ups could, just come into their own.
Yeah, I agree.
Chops this one to third base player Mickey Collins, and a tag is going to be made. Sophie Roberts changed the direction she was running in at. She's got a smile on her face.
Copped one in
for the second out. Good play from Mickey Collins on third. Let's have a look at the statewide super replay. Now, the reason why Sophie Roberts changed direction was because the bat was right in the way. So she had no choice and tried to avoid the tag best she could, but good play from Mickey and Zoe. 2 out now, and the runner is Neve Adams on first base with Kelsey Barker up for the second time in the game.
What is the first one?
Two outs and another good change up.
60 k an hour.
So 2 outs. We're 1 out away in the change of inning. We've got 1 minute between the change of inning. What part of the speed-up rules of this great format of the game? We might talk about State Open men's representatives, seeing as that there's a couple watching at home at the moment. Chops this one up the middle. Now Chelsea Robinson nearly out of play. Trying to stand on the base and make the out at the same time. Probably should have gone ball first, but in the end, a single to Kelsey Barker, advancing Neve Adams up to second base. She must be catching the next inning because she's been replaced by Chloe Charlton as the runner.
See, Steph Drzezinski got a top on there. So you think she'll be playing the pitching the next game, James, or?
Yeah, pitchers can throw a maximum of 3 innings per night with the mostly 2 innings per game. So surprised we didn't get to see her in 1 inning in this game. But Thunder do have the game break, so perhaps she didn't want to warm up, pitch, have a break, warm up, pitch again. Yeah, that's actually Jess Bushell, who's the DR running on second base for the Thunder.
Yep.
Araha Munro's the new hitter. So ringing the changes, the Thunder, as it was Ellie Georgiaris who was due to come up, but this might be a pitching change as well as a batting change with Araha Munro up to bat.
Nice,
change of pace.
61 Ks.
61 Ks.
So she's taking about 20 off her fastball, dropping it down to 60 for a change. It's good consistency with her pitching speed.
Gets after this one, up the middle,
nice
just
try.
out of reach of a diving Chelsea Robinson. Regan Lambert tries to get the ball in quick smart, but Jess Bushell was able to score from second base. Kelsey Barker advances to second, so another run on the board for the Thunder.
13.
Is 8 insurmountable?
Well, and this is what I like about this game. No, it's not, I say. Especially when you're starting with loaded base. It only takes 1 hit to bring 4 back. And that's what I like. So, you know, you can have that little bit of a leeway. 8 is it's getting there, but I still think it's plausible to be able to peg those runs back.
Chloe Charlton tried to chop that one down, slap it down.
Ooh.
Foul for strike 1 and swing and a miss for strike 2. So Angels are desperate to get this last strike on the hitter, Chloe Charlton, because Simi Dhaliwal's up next, and then we go back to the top of the order. So they want an out here. Ground ball to Jenny Gray, and she'll make that force out, but timeout's been called.
Out of the box again from Neville, I believe, that call.
Another batting out of the box. So something that the junior SA players are going to have to look at, but Thunder have been able to put some handy runs on the board, and they take an 8-run lead as we go into the bottom of the final inning. The 3rd inning. Let's go to social media. I just wanted to make mention of some of the former and current State SA players that are watching at home. We can see Bodie Williams is watching. He's actually made comment to say, Troy Purcell, how long are you in town for? Want a game tomorrow night? He's president of the Emmsee Association that play out of the northern suburbs. So there you go, Troy. You'll have to get a private message to Bodie as soon as you can. Luke Andrews is watching, as well as Corey Nesbitt and Troy Granger and Mark Cramp, of course, one of the Spacewake Sports Cool team. All former state representatives, just like yourself, Troy. We gave the cap numbers out for the Stars players just during the week on social media. I'm sure you've got a cap number as well for a previous Open Men's player. Matthew Chewy Shelton is watching from the Amstelveen. I want to say g'day to Maddie because I love all my friends and family back in Amstelveen, and I can't wait to get back there. Kathy Lambert's watching from Thailand. She's with the Australian
shot. That's going to be
wheelchair basketball team as Millie Fitch pieces this ball out to centre field, and 2 runs are going to cross the plate for the Angels. So that's handy to get back in the game. 2 runs will just reduce the margin to 7 now with Millie Fitch safely aboard on second. Is that Pippa Atkins on... Oh, sorry, Millie's on first. Is that Pippa Atkins on second? And the 2 runs that crossed the plate were Mickey Collins and Mackenzie Ween. Jordan Lambert back to the top of the order.
So do you think the 8 runs is gettable on this last innings that they've got?
Yeah. Well, they've got off to a reasonable start with 2 runs and no outs, leaving 2 runners on base as well. You clear the bases with 1 swing and you score 4 runs, terrific. You've scored the 4 runs. I mean, it's hard enough to score 1 most of the time, let alone 4. But then you've got you start all over again, and you could go back to just your normal traditional softball, which might play in the field's favour. So you just never know. Maybe it's good to keep runners on base. Well,
Yep. Nice big smile from Jordan on that swing.
Lambert, massive swing and a miss at a ball out of the zone. She's trying to clear the bases here with that swing.
She wanted that one.
Outside edge was missed, and Sarah Tonkin actually had to get on her bike to go grab that one.
She did well.
Lambert, 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. This one just gets the end of the handle. Kelsey Barker does the job at right field to take the catch. It's the first out of the bottom of the 3rd inning. Runners stay put, as Belinda White trying to be cheeky with the runner, Pippa Atkins, there on second base.
And it looks like they're really having a great time out here, which is great. They're all laughing. They're all,
That's been a
they're all
highlight
dancing.
of this tournament for me so far, is that every single player is loving it. And the feedback that I've had from just having a general chit-chat and a conversation with them has been that, there's no pressure on them. Even though, there's wins and losses and there's a table and they're competitive, in nature they're competitive, they're just loving it, enjoying having a great time on the softball diamond.
Yeah, which is what it's all about. And it'll be good leading up for them, especially for the Stars, for the Open Women's, before they go away for the Nationals. Because you're still looking at top quality pitching with, obviously, Steph Drzinski's in there pitching hard. I don't really think she's been hit too much this.
Pop up to second base, and just Neves makes a good catch. And good point that you make there. If we have a look at the stat sheet, we can see that a standout pitcher amongst that group who's thrown 6 innings, 19 batters faced. So on average, 3.3 batters an inning. That's ridiculous.
That's crazy, isn't it? So she's just on fire. Even in the club game, she's just on fire, Steph Drzinski.
She's thrown 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, and she's just the most efficient pitcher in this competition.
Yep.
We had a shot of Sophie Roberts, who's playing first for the Thunder. She's going to be our guest after this game.
Fantastic.
Speaking of Stars players. And she'll probably be happy as well, because the Angels are down to their last out. Jenny Gray up to bat, 2 outs. And after a good start to the inning, it's been all Thunder, and Araha Munro pitching the house down this inning, actually. She's
pitching well.
She did give up a hit to Millie Fidge, but since then she's taken on 2 of the senior Stars players in Lambert and Robinson for 2 cheap outs. So pitching really well for the Thunder here, Munro. That one just out of the zone, and she'll be riding a wave at the moment with confidence, because her team, the Seacombe Tigers, in the Adelaide Club competition, climbed out of last spot last night with a win over the much fancied Walkerville Cats, believe it or not.
Good on them.
5 runs to 3 in a good all-round performance from the Tigers. And a strikeout's going to end the game. So Jenny Gray goes down swinging. Araha Munro retires 3 of the 4 batters that she's faced, and she'll lead the Thunder to a win over the Angels, 13 runs to 7. And that is only the 2nd time the Thunder have beaten the Angels in the competition. So well done to the Thunder. That's the end of the first game. About to 7:45. Hopefully the sun will go down in the next 15 minutes or so. So we're Well, welcome back and thanks for joining us. I didn't see myself on the monitor, so a couple of seconds of dead air there, but we're back. We're back. Just a bit of a technical issue, but nothing that we couldn't sort out, and perfect timing that it happened between the game break as well. If you're just joining us at home for the first time, you've missed the first game, and it was all the Emmsee Sportswear Thunder. They were winners over the Nairne Angels. What was the score of that game, Troy? It was like 13-7 or
that's
something.
Right. 14-7, I think.
Well, we've got a great special guest joining us at the table tonight for this game at least, or for a part of it before she has to go warm up for the last game of the night. It's Stars, newly named Stars player, Sophie Roberts. Welcome, Sophie.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you got off to a great start tonight. You had a win against the Angels. You had a good shot as well. Must be happy with your form coming into the tournament, because we're getting to the pointy end. This is week 5. That's only 6 weeks and then 1 week of finals.
Yeah, definitely.
That's all right. That was a stupid question. I tongue-tied myself there as well. So, all right, let's get back on track here, Soph. Fully loaded softball format. What do you think? What are your thoughts so far?
Oh, I love it. Just the different pace of the game definitely makes it a lot more interesting, and like, I don't have time to think, which is something I've been struggling a little bit with this year. So I've definitely loved just get out there, whack the ball, driving some runs.
Well, for those watching at home, the shorter version of the game, it's loaded bases for every inning. It's 15-second shot clock for the pitches between pitching, and it's just the action is just so fast-paced. Tell us, Sophie, have you been given the instruction to get aggressive? Let's swing first pitch. Let's make sure that we're running the bases hard.
Oh yeah, just if it's down the guts first pitch, have a crack, swing for the fences. Since it is shorter, it's much easier to get it over, but yeah, just stay aggressive, have a shot, I like to say.
No time wasting.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, there is no time to waste. Look, you're having a cracker of a season so far. 11 hits. You got one tonight as well, so you were hitting 579 before the start of the night, so just killing it as the Vespas runners take the field. Now, Vespas would have been undermanned tonight, you would have thought, but have a listen to a couple of these new players for the Vespas tonight. Ashley George, who's running on third. Ashley Merkin, who's running on second. Gee, some couple of stars there.
A couple of my teammates.
Yeah, from Walkerville, and some great players as well, both of them. Just recently asked, I'm giving an exclusive here, recently asked to play in the All-Stars team against the Stars. December 22nd, right here, Spacequake Sports. We're going to have a triple header that day. We're going to have the under-16s versus under-18s game starting at 9. 11 o'clock is the Stars versus the All-Stars, and then we'll finish it off at 1 o'clock with the men's All-Star game as well, just as the state teams prepare for
what a
nationals.
shot.
Betty Cameron, first batter of the game, clears the bases. A grand slam home run for the Vespas. Troy, you could call it. Let's have a look at their celebration.
This is the celebration. They've got the running flag thing out, so here we go. Sprinting down the line. The 100-metre dash.
Yeah.
Well, 4 runs on the board for the Vespas, off to a dream start. And Jenny Gray just has a chat to the infield there and says, I'll get a down ball for you so you can get a ground ball here. Guys, Hayley Benathan is the new hitter. Well, the Vespas are sitting bottom, believe it or not, on the ladder, but they've got the wood over the Angels in their 4 encounters so far this year. Vespas have won 3 and the Angels just the 1 game. So this could be a bit of a challenge for the Angels, because they lost the first game of the night, and they're really up against it here just after 1 batter against the Vespas tonight.
Oh.
Hayley Benathan, as I mentioned, is the batter for the Vespas, and she's also just recently been named in the Stars lineup. So it must be good to have a club teammate and a former under-19 teammate
So happy.
coming up with you.
I love Hayley on the team because she's so quick around the bases. It just makes it a lot easier for our team.
Very versatile player as well.
Now,
Hayley.
I've got to ask you, what's with the bat? That's a very famous bat within your club team.
Oh,
It comes out a fair bit on the weekends.
I think everyone just likes the Demerini bat.
Who actually owns it? Is it?
That's Hayley's
It is
bat.
Hayley's
That
bat?
one is hers.
Yeah.
Sophie, you've got a bit of a fangirl here in Troy. He's a Walkerville fan. He loves supporting Walkerville in the Adelaide Club competition. Used to be a coach out there, Troy.
Former coach of, assistant of the A's.
Oh, okay. Well, it's always good to have a fan.
Yeah, back when Karen Dale was playing, and
Oh, she's still playing, mate.
she's still playing.
She's still playing.
Head coach at the moment.
Head coach for the Walkerville
I haven't seen her
Cats.
take the diamond yet.
Oh, she's played a couple B grade games.
I
But
was,
been close moments where she's come into the lineup.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
So I was tutored by the Linda Martin, the great Linda Martin, under her tutelage.
Jenny Gray shakes off Zoe Young, who's catching. As the ball's popped up to right field and Millie Fidge takes a good
Well
catch right
taken.
on the
That was
line.
close.
Robbing Hayley Benithan of a home run, so
Didn't
that's
she
an
like
out,
that?
an important out for the Angels. First out of the game, bringing up to bat Ada Caruana. And I'll quickly go around the field for the Angels. Jenny Gray pitching to Zoe Young with Pippa Atkins at first base, Jordan Lambert at second, Chelsea Robinson at shortstop, Mickey Collins at third. The outfield, Millie Dolphin, Mackenzie Ween and Millie Fidge. Regan Lambert is starting off on the bench tonight. Now, Jessie Dressick is a notable absentee from the team sheet. She's having a night off by the looks of it. She's got her Angels top on out supporting, but ground ball up the middle just gets past both the pitcher's glove, Jenny Gray and Chelsea Robinson at shortstop for a single to Ada Caruana. We're all used to seeing that. Ada is such a pro. She's in the Stars lineup as well. She's super quick, so probably expect to see her take off on the pitch here to advance to second. Becky Havis is the hitter for the Vespers.
Up high.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ada stole during next couple of pitches. It's that quick.
We were talking with Maddie Cameron at the beginning of that last game, and she was saying how aggressive the batters are. You've mentioned how aggressive the batters are, so stolen base opportunities are few and far between, aren't they, with loaded bases to start with? We saw Jordan Lambert in the last game. She took off on the pitch, saw Chelsea Robinson swing at the first pitch, so it was more of a hit and run than a stolen base. But we've seen Ada just...
Change of pace, 63 kilometres.
It's like she's chained to the base at the moment. She hasn't.
Yeah.
She's had 3 opportunities to take a base, but choosing to stick around. Maybe the Vespers valuing the runners a little bit more as we go further into the tournament. We see Becky Havis go down on strikes, and that change of pace has got Becky just probably in 2 minds whether or not to swing hard or not. And gee, you don't want the camera in your face after a strikeout. We'll have to talk to David about that one. How would you react if you were on camera after a strikeout?
Oh, I'd turn
You'd have to
around.
stop swearing.
I turn around.
New hitter for the Vespers is Zali Adams. She's hitting 5. She's pitching this game, and be interesting to see how the Angels batters go against Zali.
Taps her on the back of the helmet there.
Probably a bit tad too eager on that one.
Has there been an advantage at all playing the first game over the team that comes in to play the second game? Swing and a miss on Adams. Ada Caruana will take the base. And what I mean is that we're rotating the games, and so 1 week you might have the first game and the third game. 1 week you might have the first and the second game. 1 week you might have the second and the third game. Is there an advantage? Do you have a preference of, do you want to play 2 games in a row? Do you want to, take advantage of the team that's just coming in? They're cold, you're warm, you're ready to go. You've had 3 innings under the belt.
Oh, good change up. I personally probably prefer a back-to-back game, since a body's still warm and you're still in that softball mindset of 6 innings. So I do find it a little harder coming off a break, because you have to rewarm your body up for the next game, and
Yep, fair enough too, and good answer. So we saw the Vespas put 4 on the board. It came from a Grand Slam home run to Maddie Cameron. She'll move up to 4 home runs for the season on her tally, just one behind the great Belinda White, and she's still got another game to play tonight. So we see the Vespas take the diamond. We can quickly go around, see Zali Adams pitching to Hayley Benithan, Becky Havas at first, Jessie Keach at second, Ashley Merkin at third, with Maddie Cameron at shortstop. The outfield is Cara Schultz, Ashley George, and at right field, Ada Caruana. The runners on base for the Angels is Zoe Young, Mackenzie Ween, and Jenny Gray. And leading off for the Angels in the bottom half of the first innings is Pippa Atkins.
And it's great to see Maddie Cameron playing shortstop, James. With her playing normally outside with the club and everything else that she does, she gets an opportunity now with fully loaded to play in the infield position, and isn't she doing well? Last week she was on fire at short, made some great plays, some quick throws, and she looks like she's really comfortable there at shortstop.
She's got a gun of an arm. I fear her and Bell's arm whenever they're in the infield.
Yep. And do you? How do you go with it on the diamond when you're on first or second with the steal?
Bell's arm is a little scary to receive.
Up high for a foul. Hitting the top of the roof there. So has this changed the way you play in club ball now, playing fully loaded? Like, is it giving you more confidence as you're up on the plate, or how has it changed the way that you play within the club, or hasn't it not changed?
I think it's made me a little bit more aggressive in my at-bats, like ready to go if a pitch is close to a strike. But I think it's helped more my defence since the batters are so much more aggressive. Yeah. You're like just having to be constantly ready. Absolutely. So I think my defence has improved.
Excellent.
Thanks to this.
Shaping up for a bunt.
Swinging and a miss. So club teammates going head to head there. Zali versus Pippa Atkins, and first out made for the Vespers. Gee, that must settle the side as well, doesn't it? You start off with a strikeout.
Yeah.
Chelsea Robinson, the hitter now for the Angels.
Chelsea definitely no slouch with the bat. She has the capability of going long.
Yeah, 2 home runs in the season so far, and your club teammate here, Soph, she's batting with the watch tonight.
Oh, she's probably forgotten. Jessie normally reminds her whenever they go out in the field.
Well, this one gets away from Benithan, and it gets
unlucky.
Caught up in the net. We might have to have a word with our fencing contractor to get that net tightened up, I think. Hayley Benithan having a right smile there. Just got out of her reach, and that helps the Angels with their first run of the game, and good camera angle there from the team at Spacequake Sports. So 1 out, second batter of the game. I'm missing a base runner.
There was pass ball.
Pass ball?
On second pitch.
Of the first batter?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 runs for the Angels. I must add my eye off the ball.
So the Adams pitching well.
Change-up seems to be the weapon in the fully loaded. Catches a lot of people off guard.
We mentioned that in the first game, didn't we, Troy? We were saying how the change-up's coming into its own in fully loaded, and different variations of the change-up as well.
Most definitely. So well called. But it has to be an advantage to you guys, wouldn't it? Going into that, so you're seeing a lot more change-ups than what you used to. So
yeah, so it's definitely helped me. Just foul. It's definitely helped with me being able to hold back on a change, but it is a bit harder because you, as a batter, you have to muscle and produce the power to be able to get it over or through the infield. But
of course. Yeah,
and I think from fully loaded, we've been seeing a lot more change-ups being thrown in regular season games. So
yeah, it makes it a little bit more easy for you to adjust.
This one's popped up, and the Vespers infield talk it over, and they decide Becky Havas is best placed to take that catch, and 2 quick outs for the Vespers. The Angels still 2 runs behind as the third batter comes up to bat. 2 batters up, 2 batters down, but 2 runs have scored, both on pass balls. Jordan Lambert's the hitter.
How is Jordan's shin, James, from last week getting the cheese grater?
Yeah, just on the slide into second, Kelsey Barker had her momentum going towards the base. Jordan's momentum was going the opposite direction, and a bit of a collision saw a massive graze, and you might be able to see that she's just got the shin guard on to protect that.
On the left leg, the singular shin guard.
Yeah.
On the left leg, and
Look now.
she's had it checked out, and the doctor said it's going to be fine. It's just in a lousy spot to get a cleat because not much blood flow in the front of the leg in the shin area, so it's going to take a while to heal. So protective leg guard.
Let's just hope Lane Harrow wasn't watching that one.
Kelsey Barker made sure to wear moulds this time as to not repeat.
Okay, that's great. So she got the warning.
Yes.
Nice.
Good shot.
Straight to her.
Good catch.
Great take from Jessie Keach for the 3rd out. Jordan Lambert not happy there. She's looking at the bat, and gee, the Vespas have come out firing here. They put 4 on the board with the first batter, Maddie Cameron, and then they're able to hold the Angels to just the 2 runs. Guys, we're on camera. Let's look over to our right, and we can wave hello to all our guests watching back at home. And Sophie, this gives you an opportunity to say hello. Anyone watching that you want to say good day to?
Probably my dad. He's probably sitting at home on the couch.
He always has a good comment for us as well.
Oh, he loves commenting.
On the social media.
Always has something to say.
And your mum, how she's going? She's a former state representative herself, and an Aussie, a couple of junior Aussie squads as well, friendship series.
Yeah, she recently went away on the Mankato trip with the junior Aussie girls, the ones that Zali and Jessie were in, and she had a lot of fun. She's hoping to be able to go to either that again or the Canada trip this year, so hopefully she gets some holidays.
Well, no doubt we'll see her application come in, and she'll get my endorsement, that is for sure. So if you're watching at home, we'll say good day to your mum and your dad. This one gets away from Chelsea.
Runners in no man's land. Oh.
Well, chaos in this game. It happens all the time. The runners took off on a pass ball, just getting out of the way, out of reach of Chelsea Robinson. Zali Adams took off from first base, but no other runners went, so she had to come back, and you heard Sophie Roberts say that she was in no man's land. But what was interesting was that when that throw went up the line to first base, Pippa Atkins turned her back to the play, and Ada Caruana, who's on 3rd, you don't want to turn your back on Ada.
No.
Surprised she didn't take off. But obviously has the full support of her batter that's in the box at the moment, because it's Cara Schultz up to bat. She can swing a hard stick, can't she?
She was swinging well last night against us, so...
Reaches for this one, goes to shortstop. Nice. Jordan Lambert makes a play and just backhand flick over to 3rd base, so gets a lead runner. Didn't have a play at home as it went to the backhand side. Zali Adams advances to 2nd. Cara Schultz is safe on 1st. 1 run did score on the play.
Didn't she make it look easy? Look at that.
Great camera angle on the statewide super replay.
Oh, straight down the middle.
Ash George now up to bat, and can you believe it? She's in her 1st season of softball.
I know, she's performed so well for us since the beginning of the year. Just really happy with how well she's taken to the new format, because Ashley is a baseballer.
Just about to ask if she's a baseballer, isn't she?
She is a baseballer, so she's played that for a couple of years. Decided to move over to softball this year, and Karen has been so happy with how she's going, just given a spot in the A-grade lineup.
I can tell you what, like from watching her at home on the weekends, because living in Queensland, I can only watch this game on Space Quake Sports. So thank you, Space Quake. She's playing really. She's adjusted really well, hasn't she?
She has.
She's got a big swing on her too.
And she has a cannon of an arm.
Oh, she does remind me a bit of Maddie Cameron whenever she's thrown into first. He's a bit scary. But
She has a great throw.
yeah, she's still getting used to the shorter throwing distance because in baseball it is a very long throw.
Yep.
So sometimes it might go.
She won't be happy with that.
Plate
No.
umpire Steve Wallace-Yarrow, our state umpiring chief, enjoys a good punch out and
So when you get the
Gets
punch
Ash
out,
George
how do you? So when Big Dev comes in and gives you the punch out, what's your reaction to that every time? If it happens to you.
If I think it's a strike, if I don't think it's a strike, I'll kind of look up and be like, oh, no, really? Are you sure? But if it was one that I didn't swing out, I'm like, yeah.
Because he loves. We were just saying before.
He
when
does love a good
loves
punch
his
out.
punch out. Yeah.
Ash Merkin's the new hitter up to bat for the Vespas, and another one, a good find for the Cats. She's really slotted into the infield and a great contributor as well for the Cats lineup.
Yeah, she's rock solid
It's
at.
a hard play.
Another great pickup from
good pick up.
Lambert
Another big back.
for the third out of the inning. She got two plays to that backhand side. She was moving hard and heavy to the opposite side to her glove and having to turn the glove around as well to make that play. So two good infield outs has reduced the Vespas to just the one run. Wasn't a bad hit from Merkin.
Jordan did well to get it on just after the second hop. Definitely made it look easy.
Back on screen, we can see one of our friends in WA, Jason Garner's watching. So g'day to the big fella there. Dan Waters, one of the franchise owners, is watching as well. And Mark Cramp he's watching, but he had some family duties tonight. So g'day to Mark. Miss you, mate. And we'll see you back on the desk in no time. Jack O'Loughlin's watching at home as well. Signed with the Detroit Tigers not so long ago, but he always will be remembered as getting his start with softball, and it's great to have him watching. Jack, I'll give you a little bit of a shout out as long as you can come out and sit at the commentary desk with us next week. So Jack O'Loughlin.
I'd definitely like to say congratulations to Jack, the big man, for making it. I mean, what an effort to go over there. So well done, bud.
All right, here we go. We are in the bottom of the second. The Angels did make their job a little easier by reducing the Vespas to just the one run, but they need to score a little more than what they did in the first inning. Otherwise, they'll find themselves trailing going into the last inning. Millie Fidge is the batter up to bat. She's got some wheels in front of her here. Have a look at that. Pippa Atkins, Chelsea Robertson, Jordan Lambert. As soon as she gets this ball on the deck, all three of them would have scored.
Well,
good
that's
shot.
a great shot.
Opposite side, it goes to Ash George's left side, which is in the favour of the Vespas because she reduces it just the one run. So good shot to Millie Fidge there, an RBI single, and brings the Angels one run closer. Geez, it was a good piece of the ball. She didn't overhit it. Great angle on the statewide super replay.
Yes.
Well struck.
Ash did well to get around to the ball and get it in quickly, reducing, as you said, the quick runners from only scoring to one.
Big swing.
Amelia Dolphins, the hitter up to bat. She's one of the exciting young players at the Port Adelaide Softball Club. They've probably got a handful of them in their A grade that are 14, 15 years of age.
Yeah, Port do have a very young lineup, but they've got a lot of experienced older players, which will definitely help guide them into great players.
Zali Adams in her second inning. Hayley Benathan behind the plate for the Vespas, swinging a miss and tries to pick off to first, and
Oh, look out.
Chelsea's
Chelsea
gone.
Robertson is going
That's
to pinch
well
a
done.
base, and that's the danger of trying to pick off a runner on first when there is a fast runner on third. Interestingly enough, we didn't see Jordan Lambert take off from second. Maybe she was caught ball watching here, not thinking that Robbo would go on
Completely
the
forgot
throw.
there was a runner on
There we
third.
go.
Very similar to what Pippa did before, and this was the outcome we were expecting with Ada on. But Chelsea was very good heads-up running.
Well, with that run that she's pinched, she's reduced the margins to just one run, and we've only had one batter. 5-4 in favour of the Vespas. Gets enough of it here to advance the runners. Good play from Jessie Keach, a little backhand to get one of the lead runners, Millie Fidge, forced out at second. So Maddie Cameron, the shortstop, covering for the Vespas. Now Amelia Dolphin is on first with Jordan Lambert on third. So runners at the corners for Mickey Collins.
And there's that bat again.
There it is.
I reckon there's more than one in circulation,
Do
actually.
you think?
Just a little cut at that one there. She's a little late on it. Club teammate Zali Adams pitching to Mickey Collins, they'll be under 18 teammates.
Yes.
Gets this one down. Ash Merkin doesn't even look at the
didn't
runner
look at the
at
third
third.
baseman.
So Jordan Lambert will cross the plate and tie the game up. So Mickey Collins does the job, advancing the runner to second, scoring the runner from third, and tying up the ball game. So we've got a tied game in the bottom of the second.
Tight game, this one.
Mickey did well just to get bat on ball there, get it in the ground, allow Jordan speed to do what it does and scored a run, which is good.
She nearly beat that out as well. Running
Stabs
bunt
at that.
attempt, yep. It was a little stab, wasn't it? Because she didn't get around early. But with the, is it 2 out now? 1 or 2 out? There's trying to catch them off guard and surprise them with a running bunt. Another one of our under 18 state players, Zoe Young, up to bat. Runners have moved from the corners. We've just got one now in scoring position on second base. Outside edge. When you see that timer clock just in the corner of your eye, you see 15 seconds for the pitcher to deliver it. You think about that? Do you know if the pitchers are thinking about it?
Oh, I do get a little nervous, like hoping that they do realise it, and it's like, come on, hurry up.
Low for a ball and a pick-off attempt behind the runner, and
Whoop.
Jessie Keach.
Pushing her off the base.
It's one way to get an out.
She's using her size to her advantage there, I think. Just trying to get Amelia Dolphin's centre of gravity offline there, trying to just take the legs out from under her. Zali Adams in the motion, bounces in, and a good block from Hayley Benithan,
Good block.
which will see Dolphin stay at second and a walk to Zoe. Runners on first and second. And Mackenzie Ween, who's had the red hot bat. She was one of the players of the night a couple of weeks ago, and she continued her form. She's absolutely hitting the lights out of it at the moment. I'll go with my stat sheet. Another good block from Benithan, and
Appeared to be a change up on that one. Down to
Mackenzie
79.
Ween hitting 571 for
Wow.
the tournament. So she's just lighting it up at the moment for the Nairne Angels. High swing and the miss, and Dolphin will be able to advance, as does Zoe Young. So runners both now in scoring position. And that's done a job, hasn't it? Like a swing and a miss. Probably looked a little ugly because it was out of the zone, but she was able to advance both runners. Takes the force off. Now she can have a free swing here.
Just hit it right side behind the runners. Easily scored 2.
Just clipped the corner on the outside.
Yeah.
Not happy with that call.
Must have been right on the edge.
Must have just clipped it.
Low for a ball, and Mackenzie's staying in the count here, so she's got 2 and 2 and 2 runners on, and there's 2 out in the bottom of the second. Low for
Big
a ball,
effort from
but
Zoe
punch
Adams.
out from Steve Volasiero, play to umpire. And he has a sense of theatre about him, hasn't he? The tied ball game going into the last inning, and well, the Vespas and the Angels are locked away at 5-all, and it's anyone's game. So with cameras back on us. So do you have to go back and warm up now? The game's got 1 inning to go.
I've seen some teammates over there, but I'm not sure if I'm warming up yet.
No worries. Actually, as I turn around, I can see your folks sitting in the crowd.
Mum's here, I think. Somewhere.
I can see,
Not on the
I
lounge.
can see Emily and
No,
Robert
Dad's,
watching. So.
maybe my brother, but
Who else
that's
is
if he's
watching?
home.
We can see Michelle's watching. She thinks that 7 weeks is too long. I think You know, it's an interesting concept and everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I love this format and the feedback I'm getting from the players is terrific as well. So, yeah, I can see the point of view from some people, but we get a great opportunity to promote the game, a new format of the game, which we welcome all newcomers. We welcome anyone who's been playing at home for such a long time. You know, ask your association, see if they will give you a fully loaded softball competition to play. You can get all your resources from the fully loaded softball website and, of course, from softballaustralia.com.au. We can see that Mel's watching from Berry, and we saw before that we had our fans watching from Sunraysia as well. And, oh, I've just lost you there, but also we've got Marianne watching as well. She's also watching from the Riverland as well. Alex Pallett's watching too, saying g'day and go Mackenzie and Haley.
2 change-ups in a row.
Back to the action. Jenny Gray is into, well, it'd be her 3rd inning for the night as well. You'd think she's had a big workload, seeing as that Jessie Dressick's out tonight for the Angels, and a little bit of weight on the shoulders, don't you think, to go into the top of the 3rd inning, the last of the innings for the night for the Angels, and they had a loss in the first game to the Thunder.
They did, but they definitely fought hard to make it not a loss.
Chops at this one and fouls it off. And Sophie, while we have you, I just want to say thank you for joining us and taking the time to sit at the desk. We can see in the background of the screen that your Thunder are warming up, so we'll let you go when you're ready to go. You're able to. We've got
our pitchers warming up.
We've got another Walkerville guest to come tonight.
Oh, good shot.
As Jessie Keach hits that one to centre field, Mackenzie Ween gets it in as
And
quickly
there's
as she
that
can.
winning run.
Cara Schultz will be the go-ahead run. It's not quite the winning run yet because we're at the top of the inning, but it is the go-ahead run.
My apologies.
Yes, Jessie Dressick's going to be our guest commentator for the last game.
She's a good commentator. You have a good time with her. They've walked Maddie.
Intentional walk on the big dog, Maddie Cameron.
Smart move. I wouldn't want her hitting another home run.
She's got 4 of the team's 6 RBIs, or 6 runs for the game, as she hit that Grand Slam home run, first batter of the game. Well, bases are back loaded. Peyton Daniels is the hitter coming in off the bench from the Vespas.
Coming in for Haley.
That one's looked pretty good because the last pitch on in that last inning was quite low, but obviously it must have been off the plate. Peyton Daniels is in pretty tight on the inside, isn't she? Right there on the line. And
definitely covering that outside, especially for the change-up, because that's generally stuck to the outside, make us swing and miss. So she's definitely covering for that.
So would you be trying to keep the ball high or low in this situation?
I'd be trying to keep it low.
Yep. Force the ground out?
Yeah, like force the ground out to the infield, hopefully try and get a double. There he is.
did you see what he said?
Yeah. I'll warm up in a minute, Dad.
Assistant coach of the Thunder, Paul Roberts, has just asked Sophie Roberts to go warm up. So
I like to think that he's a coach.
You're getting told off.
I am. I'll probably hear about it later tonight.
Oh, good angle
Oh,
there.
there's the
of
walk.
The catcher, Chelsea Robinson, just before. And see how low she was getting. So that answers your question, Troy. They definitely try to keep it low and out of the hitting zone. Peyton Daniels on screen there gets herself a walk. Did a run across the plate there? Another run across the plate for the Vespas. So they're now out to a 2-run lead. Maddie Cameron's on second, and I can't see who's on third base. Ash Merkin's on third base. Ada Caruana in the batter's box, and Angels looking for a cheap out, whereas the Vespas are looking to empty the bases and pick up a win.
Have some assurance runs, make it a bit easier when they have to come into field.
Definitely.
Loaded bases, top of the third. Special guest commentator Sophie Roberts from the Emmsee Sportswear Thunder, who's Gonna have a big role to play in this next game. Game 3 of the night will be the Thunder versus the Scoots Cafe West Beach Vespas. And we were just saying before, Sophie, that you guys have got the wood over the Vespas. You've played 4 times and you've beaten them all 4 times. Is there any danger that you'll miss out tonight, or you reckon you'll keep the streak alive?
I don't think so. We've definitely been really hot with the bats and it's been continuous. So hopefully we can clinch a 5th win over them.
Ada Caruana walks a run in, so a 3rd run of the innings gives the Vespas a bit of breathing space in this low-scoring encounter for the evening.
Another low ball. She's not changing her pace as much as what she was doing in the first 2 innings. Throwing a lot of change-ups in the first 2 innings.
Definitely relying on it because it was getting even our batters in the first game.
And
It was
as we speak,
like that.
there's
It was
one.
getting us to swing. So
That's right.
it's
On
definitely
cue.
something of a strength for Jenny, especially in this format.
Most definitely.
Well, 63 Ks an hour. We've seen that the Vespas ace, Zali Adams, has thrown her 2 innings for the game, so it'll be interesting to see who will throw relief for them in the 3rd and final inning. Another
2 in a
change
row.
of pace, 59 Ks, so slowed it right down.
And you were dead on it. It's making you swing. So
And what's making it even harder, although the pace is slower, it's dropping like a drop ball. So it's hard to be able to keep your bat on the same level and the ball's just dropping on you,
Good
which
block
makes
from
it so effective.
Chelsea Robertson. Guys, I just want you to have a look at the base runner at second base here. That's Peyton Daniels. She's just given the location away for the batter. Want to hear your thoughts on it?
You've asked me that because I do it.
Yeah, loaded question. You don't have to comment. I don't want to
Oh, no,
incriminate
I don't
yourself.
mind it. Like, as a catcher, I don't mind if the runner on second's doing it because either way, even if the batter knows, they still have to hit the ball.
I was going to say, as a batter, even though you've given the signal, you've still got to do your job and actually hit the ball. So whether you know it's going to be outside, inside,
Oh, another
and as
change
another
up.
change-up,
Well, good pitch.
it gives you
From
that
Jenny
anticipation, but you still have to do your job.
Yeah.
And sometimes it depends on the batter. Like, I know some of my teammates won't be looking at me at all, or some will find it helpful.
Yeah.
Um,
Personally, as a batter, I don't actually like it. So being given the signal. So
Yeah, that you got to rely on the pitcher hitting the spot then, don't you?
Exactly right, so-
No, look, I bit of fun.
yeah,
So,
bit of fun. Jesse
I-
did tell me off about it a couple of weeks ago.
But you know what? If the catcher's going to give it away, you may as well give as much information to the batter as you can. You see it at national championships and higher levels. Good pace of
Well,
the ball goes to second
Oh,
base.
beat it
by-
out. And she's there.
She has to throw it just off balance. That was Zoe Young playing second base. So pretty good effort from number 12. That's Poppy Carmen making her fully loaded softball debut for the Vespas tonight. So
Well done.
welcome to the game. Poppy, RBI single, just gives the Vespas just another run. So 4 runs on the board, matching their effort from the first inning. Harris Schultz up to bat and pick up a 10
That's got it.
Oh, got
Great
her.
play from Chelsea
Well done.
Robinson, looking to throw
Good
the
heads-up
ball
play.
around, and a good heads-up play.
Good
Thank you
heads-up
for
play.
that, Sophie, as the 3rd out is made, and the Vespas have put 4 on the board. So Angels with their work cut out for them in the bottom of the last innings. Let's have a look at the
Look at that.
statewide
Oh,
super
Cotter
replay.
looking-
She threw that off her knees facing forward as well, so almost a sidearm throw. Fantastic to see. Great action when you see the catchers being innovative as well as, well, of what this format of the game is. Sophie, I've got to kick you out. Like you've got to go warm up. I don't want to get in trouble from your coach or coaches. I can see them there in the background there, Justina Adams and Steph Trzynski. They're probably looking for you now. There's
Getting the
Belinda
wrap
White.
on the knuckles.
I
if
wasn't
you're
sure
anyone.
when
What
I
are
could
we
take
doing?
off the
Here we go.
headset. Do I go?
Yes,
All
Sophie,
right.
thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck for the next game. Sophie
Thank
Roberts.
you. Hi.
I hope you all enjoyed the insight that we got from junior Aussie Spirit player and, of course, now in the Stars senior squad, Sophie Roberts.
Thank you. All right.
Well, Troy, how about that? We only have the biggest names in the Spacequake Sports Cool team. We had Maddie Cameron at the top of the show. We had Sophie Roberts from the Thunder join us, and next up, we're going to get Jessie Dressick. Heads up as this ball might come back our way. No, it's just rolled out the back of the grandstand. So, wow.
Jessie Drizzy.
Yeah. Well, Vespas versus the Angels. Bottom of the third inning. Angels have already lost a game tonight. And it is Jenny Gray up to bat for the Angels. She goes behind on the count, 2 strikes. It's Poppy Carmen pitching for the Vespas. New player to the game. We just saw that she had a hit. Scored a run. This one just buzzes past.
The head. There's a bit of chin music just to let her know she's there.
Jenny Gray's okay. Bit of a smile. Peyton Daniels behind the dish, catching
well
there.
fielded.
Able to stop that one and not allowing the Angels runners to advance. They are Mickey Collins, Zoe Young and Mackenzie Ween. So the young brigade on the diamond for the Angels at the moment. Speaking of young, we've got Poppy Carmen pitching to Peyton Daniels and Becky Havas at first with Jessie Keach on second base. Bit more experience on the left side of the diamond with Cameron and Merkin, and a great piece of the ball's going to be a double to Jenny Gray and reducing the margin to 2. A ground rule double, 2 runners in scoring position. We're going to go to the top of the order for the Angels and Pippa Atkins up to bat.
Well done. Would you think in that opportunity being given the opportunity that she's got, that you might just take the dive for that one and see how you go?
Yeah, good point.
It was very, very close to her there. She was.
That's Ash George out at centre field. She wouldn't be used to playing outfield this close to home plate.
True.
Coming from baseball and even A-grade women's, when she plays outfield, the fence is at 230 feet. So,
exactly.
So now in so close at 180, she might be feeling like she's playing shortstop or even second base.
Most definitely, yeah. Well noted.
Probably Carmen throwing for the Vespas.
That's another hard
and
shot. Well played.
Hits it hard to the right side. Becky Havas fields it.
She's
Bit of trouble here for the Angels as the runners.
She's made that.
She has. Great slide from Mackenzie Ween to avoid the tag. Let's recap that play. It was Pippa Atkins with a hard ground ball to first base. Well fielded by Becky Havas, who touches first, and then she has a look. Where are the runners? They're both at third. Throws it behind the runners. Mackenzie Ween takes off for home and slides in safely. The throw wasn't too bad from shortstop Maddie Cameron. They do need to reduce the damage and try and stop this run from scoring. Chelsea Robinson, ground ball will tie up the ball game. So Chelsea Robinson's RBI single to left field ties up the game. And Favour now in the direction of the Nairne Angels. Good camera angle there as we see Chelsea Robinson safely on at first base there. 1 out. Amber watching this one low and outside. The game is tied. There is 1 out. The winning runner is on first base. If the Vespas can get 2 outs without scoring a run, we'll go into the first ever fully loaded softball tiebreaker. She fouls this one onto her leg. Hopefully she didn't hit it onto the leg with the cleat marks from last week.
In the wars, Jordan Lambert, the last couple of weeks. That would have hurt. It came off hard off the bat, straight onto the shin.
1-1 is the count on Lambert. Watches this one over the edge of the plate for a strike. Smile on the face. Chelsea Robinson still on first, so not attempting the stolen bases to try and put the game-winning run into scoring position. Swing and a miss for a strikeout, so 2 outs for the Vespas, and we're 1 out away from our potentially the first ever tiebreaker in fully loaded softball history.
I was just about to ask you, how does it happen now that we've got a tiebreaker? If it comes to that situation, what's the story?
Courtesy runner for the Angels is Jordan Lambert coming in to run for Chelsea Robinson, who's the catcher. Here's what happens in a tiebreaker. The batting team get to pick which batter's up to bat. But they already have 2 out, or you only get 1 out in the inning. If that batter gets on, you keep going until there's an out.
Right.
So you start with 2 out. The runners will be the 3 batters in the lineup that are before, and then the batting order will continue from the batter that you choose. I hope I made sense of that.
Well, we'll see. Let's hope so. There's a first for
Tied
everything.
ball game at the moment. There are no ties in fully loaded softball. Swing and a miss from Millie Fidge. There's 2 out. The runner is on first.
She's not leaving anything out there to chance. She's Millie Fidge is giving it all, I think. And why wouldn't you in this situation? Well left.
If you're the Vespas and like you tie this game up, you're the Vespas. Are you going straight back to the top of the order for Maddie Cameron?
No way.
No, you get to pick your own batter.
Oh, you get to pick your own batter. Then yes way. Oh, that's a great shot by Millie Fidge.
Millie Fidge. Single to left field, advancing Lambert over to second base. So winning run now in scoring position on second base, and the hitter coming up to bat is Amelia Dolphin. So the Vespas really need to dig deep here for that 3rd out.
And yeah, so sorry, James, I was a bit confused on that one. But if you do get to pick your own batter, why would you not pick Maddie Cameron?
Yeah.
Oh, well fielded.
Ground ball to Dolphin, and we're going into
There
a
it is.
tiebreaker. So here we go for the first time. We go into a tiebreaker.
James is on the edge of his seat here.
I wonder if the coaches know what to do here as we go into a tiebreaker.
Here we go. And if you were the Vespers, you would most certainly put Maddie Cameron in there.
Yeah.
See if she can catch up to Belinda White.
Plate umpire Steve Wallace talking with head coach Andrea Collett at the moment. Just talking through the rules. You pick your batter, Andy. You've got 2 outs. Get your runners out there. You've got 1 minute changeover. Well, fantastic action. I'm so excited. It's our first tiebreaker for fully loaded softball action. And I've been waiting ages for this because we didn't have it at the SummerSlam when we were over at Blacktown.
And there we go. Maddie Cameron
coming up to bat the big dog.
Here we go. Isn't she smiling? Look at her.
Yeah, she sure is.
So shouldn't she?
Well, Maddie Cameron has been picked as the tiebreaker batter. So the very first time we go into a 4th inning in fully loaded softball, the base runners will be the game's original leadoff base runners, Ashley George, Ashley Merkin and Jessie Keach. And gee, wouldn't this be damaging for the Angels with Maddie Cameron up to bat? You know she's going to be swinging for the fence. She's already hit a home run tonight.
If you were the Angels, James, would you deliberately walk Maddie Cameron in this situation?
Well, you have a look who's on deck. It's Peyton Daniels, one of our under-18 players. Then you've got Brinket Tree as well. So you potentially would put her on.
Oh.
No pitch is the count. It's supposed to be loaded bases. Where's your 3rd runner, the Vespers?
Having a nap.
Where's the 3rd runner? Yeah. I'm trying to direct play here. You can see
up
that
high with Millie Fidge. Now you wouldn't want to put it anywhere near the strike zone in this situation against Maddie Cameron. So you as we watch in the outside, well placed by Millie.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to pass up the batter, but this is Vespers haven't put their 3rd runner on. Well, do we give it to them? Do we allow them? Is it an oversight from the Vespers, or do they suffer the consequences?
Just don't worry about it. I'm there, the catchers. Oh, don't worry about it.
Well, here comes the 3rd runner for the Vespers. And just in true fully loaded softball fashion, it is absolute mayhem out there.
Yeah, they're not pitching it anywhere near the zone against Maddie Cameron.
Well, without giving her an intentional walk, they are pitching around her. Wonder if she'll swing.
No.
She gets a ball 4 walk, and Angels have done exactly what you've suggested, Troy, and that is pass up the leadoff batter and try and reduce the damage. So with that walk, the Vespers take the lead in this tiebreaker. There are 2 outs. And 1 run has already crossed the plate for the Vespers. So they're in the lead in the tiebreaker. Getting away from
Oh, that's
catcher Robinson.
desperation, and well done.
Well, I'll tell you what would have held up the runner on third is the fact that Chelsea Robinson is like a cat back there. Great reaction. She's so fast, and she was right onto that ball. Ash Merkin's the runner on third base, and
Certainly
she's
no
a club
sledge.
teammate, so she knows exactly Chelsea Robinson's capabilities.
Well pitched.
Peyton Daniels patiently watching this one.
If you've got to go down, you'd have to go down swinging given the situation.
Well, the team's got 2 out, so you definitely wouldn't want to be watching. It's ball 2, strike 1 is the count on Peyton Daniels.
Oh, she's pitching well.
Well, she has patiently been watching. She's seen 4 pitches now. Peyton Daniels for the Vespas. Interesting tactic in this format of the game in a tiebreaker. Fully loaded softball. Reaches for this one. It has gone into the gap and just gotten away from the right fielder. She has to throw it in. 2 runs will cross the plate. And Peyton Daniels gets the job done for the Vespas. 3 runs have now scored in the tiebreak inning. Vespas go out to a 12-9 lead. Maddie Cameron's on third. Peyton Daniels will be replaced at first with a courtesy runner. That's Jessie Keach. And up to bat is the dangerous Ada Caruana. Statewide Super replay just shows a good camera angle there of 2 runs crossing the plate. Ada, all eyes on the ball here. Good pick up from Robinson.
Would you steal on this situation over to second, James? Would you just leave your runner there on first?
Yeah, interesting point. We're in a tiebreak. You scored 3 runs. You've got another runner on third. So, you know, more chance and opportunity to score from third. Yeah, potentially. But Robinson has just got that great arm. You've got an all-star infield behind her in Lambert and Adkins. And this one goes up the middle. And runner from third scores. Runner from first advances. And gee, the Angels are now looking down the barrel, aren't they? All 4 runs have crossed the plate, so
Put them under a bit of pressure.
They didn't get anything by passing up Maddie Cameron, did they?
No, they didn't. No, so that's definitely put them under a lot of pressure here. Still trying to get the out.
Millie Fidge still going to work for the Angels. Runners on first and second. 4 runs have crossed the plate in this tiebreaker, and the Vespas out to a 4-run lead. Here's the thing, though, Troy. Just like the Vespas chose Maddie Cameron to bat in the tiebreaker, the Angels will get an opportunity to pick a batter. So
you would think that that would be Jordan Lambert, I would imagine.
Well, we've seen a couple of the Angels players hit home runs.
Yeah.
Pippa Adkins, Chelsea Robinson, both got to full count now. She had a 3-0 count.
And that's the thing, James, you touched on it. You might have to go with the one that's in form at the moment.
This one is a chop to second base, and
underhand.
Good play from Zoe Young. She didn't panic. She took it low, she stayed low, and she threw it from a very comfortable position for the force out at first. So 4 runs across the plate for the Vespas. Who's going to come up to bat for the Angels?
I'm either going to say Robinson or Jordan.
Who was the leader for this sitting? Pippa Atkins, Chelsea Robinson, Jordan Lambert. It also matters who's running as well. Well, maybe not with 4 runs to catch up on. And, well, we'll just see in a moment. We can see Poppy Carmen. It is to come back out to pitch. Have a look at that.
They're all having a chat down
at shortstop. Maddie Cameron, look how dirty she is. It is going to be Chelsea Robinson coming up to bat, the champ for the Angels. Well, she's hitting 2 tonight in this game.
Yeah.
And that'll put Jordan Lambert on deck. So if Chelsea Robinson can get on base or advance the runner or get a walk, we will see Jordan Lambert come up to bat. The 3 base runners for the Angels are Pippa Atkins and
I think that's a good call.
Regan Lambert's come on to run at second base. I can't see who's on third. It's Mackenzie Ween. So here we go. Chelsea Robinson can tie up the game with a home run. Watches this one high for a ball.
And what happens if you have another tiebreaker game? Do you go into another tiebreaker?
Oh, gosh.
if they're able to peg the next 4 runs back, up high,
Home run derby.
home run derby.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
One swing of the bat is all it takes.
I'm a little bit on the edge of my seat here. We got the Angels chasing 4 and Chelsea Robinson patiently watching 3 balls.
You
Green lighting her here, Troy.
just straight down the middle. Yep, definitely green light. Go for it.
She has gone for it. It's gone high in the air. Becky Havas is at first base, takes the catch and wins the game for
There
the
we go.
Vespas. So the Vespas still have the wood over the Nairne Angels. That's the 5th time they've played, and Vespas have beaten them 4 out of the 5 times. So the Angels go without a win tonight. They lost the first game to the Thunder. Oh, she caught in the pump. See her eyes. She was a little bit of a shocked look on her face, and well, there you have it. The Vespas win game 2 on the night.
With the tiebreaker.
In the tiebreaker after 4 runs crossed the plate. Well, James Harris, Troy Purcell, Mandy Layden as well. Give us a wave, Mandy. We can see you in the screen there. She's waving to all her family back home in Scotland. And we've seen 2 great games tonight, Troy. It's been very entertaining. We've seen our first tiebreaker, and we've seen a grand slam, and we've also seen the Thunder and the Vespas victorious over the Angels.
Yeah, it's been great. So it's been good hitting, solid infield. I've been impressed with the infielding today. Some hot shots down at short, second.
Well, I don't want to be rude, so I'll turn and I'll face the camera angle there. And Troy, thanks for joining us tonight, because we're missing a couple of familiar faces, and that's Mark and Nick and Laura. So no doubt we'll have them on deck in the week to come or so, because I know they're watching as well. Now, listen, thank you to everyone who is watching the live coverage at the moment. You're obviously following us on Facebook, but don't forget you can follow us on Instagram as well as YouTube, and you can catch all the live streaming. The replays are on free-to-air TV nationally, NITV, Channel 44 on local SA TV as well. Thanks to Channel 44 for your 4th year. NITV, it's their 2nd year. They've also got a Freeview app as well as the Fox Channel 144, and you can catch all the action on NITV 12:30 on Sunday, half an hour earlier for the Freeview app and on Fox Sports, all from the comfort of your lounge at home. So we're bringing you the best free-to-air softball coverage in the world, and that's all very special thanks to Softball SA and Spacequake Sports. This Saturday, we're back with the Adelaide Club competition. So another big game coming up there. The race for the finals starts now. We're at the halfway mark of the season, and it's there's 4 teams very close to the top of the table, and then you've got the likes of Port Adelaide, Seacombe and the Hills just knocking on the door. It's I haven't seen such a close competition.
No, neither have I. It's been really interesting to watch. It's been you've got to be impressed with the pitching, like I said, with between 2 star pitchers at the moment that are doing quite well. And yeah, I'm really excited for the finals, being so close. I do hope the Cats get up there personally. It might be a
back-to-back champs at the moment.
champs. But yeah, it's been really exciting. It's been fun to watch. So, yeah.
We've got some big things coming up though with Softball SA. We bring you annually the Stars versus All Stars game, and that this year is on Sunday the 22nd of December, and in a triple header on Spacequake Sports, we've got the under 18 versus under 16 girls state teams first up at 9 a.m. Then we've got the Stars versus All Stars game, followed by the men's versus men's All Stars. That is on Sunday, the 22nd of December, and you can catch all the action here on Spacequake Sports. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with all the action for Game 3 of Fully Loaded Softball. It is the Vespas versus the Thunder. Stick around. We're back from our break for Game 3, the final game of Fully Loaded Softball. Coming at you live from West Beach in South Australia, and joining us here at the commentary table, it is one of the favourites of the Space Quake Sports Call team.
Wow.
It's Jessie Dresick. Hello, Jessie.
Hello, James. Thank you for having me.
It's okay. Welcome to the broadcast. If I wasn't in the middle of another social media post, I would be filming this one. Absolutely huge battle about to take place between two Travelodge Aussie Spirit Squad members in Steph Trzynski, who is red hot at the moment, against Maddie Cameron, who's just hit another grand slam tonight. She's gone to 4 home runs for the tournament.
Is that all?
1 run under Bellwood.
Crushes this one deep. That one has sailed over the traditional home run fence, but it's gone into foul territory. Steph Trzynski having a bit of a laugh because she got away with that one.
That's the biggest hit I've seen against Steph Trzynski all year.
Ever.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Hey, I'm a pitcher, so I just say that's a long strike. You got to tell
It's
yourself
still a
that.
strike. That's
You
right.
gotta
It's
tell
still a
yourself
strike.
that. Yep.
Oh, she wanted that one.
Wing and a miss, and well, now Trzynski's on top. Although that one is still going, I think it's still rolling down West Beach
I have
Road.
some dogs chasing after that in the dog park.
Yeah, Trzynski's now ahead of the count here, 2 strikes.
Oh!
Cameron gets a good piece of this one, and it stays fair in play, and Sarah Tonkin's out there at left field to reduce the damage. It's just the 1 run to cross the plate, so Maddie Cameron's hot night continues. And she was intentionally walked there by your team in that last game in the tiebreaker inning, and so she got in another RBI, so she's had 1,000 RBIs for the game so far, including her grand slam, and another one crossing the plate with an RBI single. That's not easy to do against Steph Trzynski. We spoke of her stats earlier on in the night. Has thrown to that's not going to help me. I'm looking at the batting stats. She's thrown 6 innings.
3.1.
Yeah, 3.1 batters an inning.
Per inning.
Okay, that's
That's
helpful.
impressive.
That's very impressive. That's helpful for your defense and for your team. But no, when you have a setup like this, with the pressure's on from the start, runners on, 3.1 batters.
Yeah, she's pitching
That's
well.
pretty good.
Bill White is short, wearing the regulation
Yeah, what, she got a jump around?
M shirt there out there.
Yeah.
Well, she could at least put it underneath her Emmsee Sportswear Thunder jersey. Steph Trzynski.
Ellie Georgiaris.
Oh, there we go.
We
Yeah.
got 2 of them out there.
Bad influence
6
out
innings pitched for 19 batters, 6 strikeouts and 1 walk. She has been dominating the pitching stats in this competition. And Hayley Benithan gets after it. It goes high. It's an infield fly.
That's a difficult play.
Good catch by Ellie Georgiaris, who's playing second base. The runners don't move anywhere for the first out. I'll just quickly go around the diamond. Steph Trzynski pitching to Neve Adams with Munro at first base, Ellie Georgiaris at second, Sophie Roberts, who joined us at the commentary table last game, at third base, and we've got Belinda White at shortstop. Ada Caruana is batting now for the Vespas, and we can see in the outfield Sarah Tonkin as well as Jess Bushell and Jess Neves. Just getting held up here, so the countdown clock will reset to 15 seconds. How are you going with the 15-second clock, Jessie?
I'm good. I work kind of fast sometimes, so I don't really notice it. I actually didn't notice it until the second week that there was even a clock back there.
Doing your thing.
It's just doing my thing. I think it is important to slow the game down a little bit. When you're a pitcher, you try to control the pace of the game and everything. I know Steph likes to work at her own pace, and it works for her. So it's quick, but I think it's efficient. It's
Now,
good.
we've just seen Maddie Cameron get an explosive lead-off over at first base, and we saw a great pick-off from your catcher, Chelsea Robinson, just
Chelsea's
earlier in
on
the
it.
game off the knees. Would you be recommending that the catchers just fire it away, trying to get as many outs as you can, even if it means giving up a run?
It's dangerous because, if the ball goes past the fielders, it could mean 1, 2, 3 runs, depending on where the throw goes. But I think it's great that catchers are being aggressive, and they're really preparing themselves for nationals. So.
Yeah, well done. And just on that, congratulations on your selection.
Oh, thank
to the
you. I'm
Stars
really
team.
excited. Yeah, I'm
You're
really excited.
And how does it go with loaded here, fully loaded? Does it help you within your preparation?
I mean, I don't have Steph's stats right now.
But you are pitching well on club level.
Yes, it's been going well. This season's been good. But no, I'm just really excited to go out to Perth. Oh, and Steph got Ada there looking on the outside corner. But no, I'm really excited to go out to Perth and see the level of competition. And I think this is a great way to take the field with some of the Stars girls.
Yep, excellent. So what's your preparation now going into the Nationals? What are you going to do personally to help yourself out there?
It's a long week of games, so I think just making sure that my arm's good, that my pace is up, and that I'm hitting my spots well. So it helps because Chelsea's my catcher in club. She's also my catcher for the Angels, so it's really nice. It does help that we just work our battery all the time. So
Excellent.
And Chelsea's one of the best catchers in the league, if not the best. So it's awesome to have her behind the plate all the time.
That is a massive call.
Bill
because
White sitting at shortstop.
I said one of the best.
You've got Belle White, you've got Sarah Tonkin, you've got
I said
Amber
one of the
Hood.
best, but I will always back my catcher.
There we go.
Wow.
I will back my catcher.
You've got the
Massive
Aussie
call.
vice captain
I
out
said
there
one
at shortstop.
I know. I mean, I think that is one of the things that's the strength of the Stars.
You haven't made any friends there by saying that.
Belle already knows. Belle is an awesome person to have, especially when I'm working bullpens with her.
Yep.
She challenges me a lot, and I think it's an excellent thing for me. So, but that's the thing. All of the catchers on the team are 100% capable, and they bring out the best in the pitchers.
Excellent.
So it's good.
Well, you've got a good, strong team, so I'm looking forward to seeing how you girls go over the Nationals. So, hopefully going that one better.
Yes. Big swing right there.
Certainly didn't die wondering with that swing.
But that's the what you like to see in this level competition right now.
Yep.
You know, younger hitters going up and taking big swings off a Aussie pitcher.
Yeah,
like Steph.
most definitely. Gives them great exposure, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And
Just a casual 99 kilometres an hour.
that was a good at bat there, though. But
There's only one damage
Only
done.
got
Only one run for the Vespas.
Well, unbelievable. Steph's tournament just continues to show signs of domination, doesn't it? You mentioned, Jesse, that you don't have the stats of Steph at the moment, but is that something that you do? Do you have a look at the stats? Do you watch the stats, see how you're going, see how you're travelling, or do you just take it one game at a time?
I think one game at a time. You don't want to get too caught up in the numbers and stuff, especially in a game like softball, and especially in a situation such as fully loaded. You just gotta have your team back you and throw to the best of your ability, and if it falls your way, it does. But I definitely think it's always good to try and get better and beat yourself.
Yeah,
So.
well said. And one thing I said, I touched on earlier this afternoon was the fact that how much fun everyone's having out there, which is great. Like I'm watching from Queensland from home, and just watching it from there, everyone's having a good laugh, everyone's getting along, and it's a good camaraderie out there from everyone and from all different teams and all that kind of stuff. It's great, I think. So.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love having the mix of the younger girls with the older girls on the team, and you see it on the bench. You know, we're all having a good laugh. We know that it is. Nice pitch. That was a great pitch there. Is that Poppy thrown?
Yeah, Poppy Carmen's pitching for the Vespas.
Got Belle looking right there.
Yeah, and
I don't think she'll do it twice in a row, though.
Get her,
we'll
Poppy.
keep mentioning it.
That was close.
It was close.
I think she might have.
We keep mentioning it. Belle White has 5 home runs in the season so far, and she had last week off as well. So she's
took a week off.
Crushing it at the moment. Holds her hands back for a change-up. A good catch at shortstop from Maddie Cameron. So the Vespas have got a cheap out there just in the nick of time as well, because they were only able to score the 1 run at the top of the first inning. So the Thunder, who have got the wood over the Vespas at the moment, played 4 times for 4 wins, the Thunder, so far in the season. And the Vespas looking to climb out of last place on the ladder as well. Very similar amount of wins as the Angels. Actually, after tonight's win, they'll both be on 4 wins. And this one's just a little grounder back to the pitcher and could play from Poppy. Just a little backhand flick for the second out, force out to home.
A few of those today.
I like it.
Jordan Lambert's thrown a couple over.
Statewide Super Replay will show that Sarah Tonga was a little ahead of it there. How good was the defense tonight for the Angels.
Excellent. It was really good to see Chelsea, Jordan doing their thing out there.
Yeah.
A couple of the girls making excellent plays. I think Reagan had a diving play to stop the ball from going
Yeah, out of
past
centre
cones
field.
out there.
Centre field, yeah.
So, no, you love to see it. And I talked to Chelsea and Jordan. They love just seeing the ball off the bat and just
Yeah.
getting to take their reps and make the plays here. So, nice piece.
This one
That's-
bounces
that's
off the
fair.
base. Will stay fair. 2 runs will cross the plate. That's just Bushell scoring from second base. Ellie Georgiaris across the plate from third. And the Thunder take the lead on that shot from Sophie Roberts. Now, let's
Down
not
in the
take
hot
any
corner.
credit from that, Troy, but we just had Sophie Roberts on as a special guest at the commentary box, and we just got a great insight from her, and she likes to get that aggressive batting going in fully loaded softball. So loaded bases really suits her style of play, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. She takes a big swing.
High fly
Good
ball.
call from Becky Havas at first base. She's been right in the thick of it tonight, hasn't she? She took that catch to win the game for the Vespas against the Angels in the tiebreaker. You know what, Jesse? That's the first ever tiebreaker in fully loaded softball.
Really? That's very exciting. Glad to be a part of it.
There we go.
Wish we had come up on top, but happy to be a part of it, you know?
And you having the night off tonight?
I am
Is that
having...
because you pitched tomorrow? Yesterday, sorry.
Yes. Just taking a bit of a rest. You know, we're coming up on about 6 weeks till Nationals.
Yep.
So, you know, just giving other people a go.
Yeah, nice.
Taking a night.
Yep.
Now, you are repping the Angels gear. Thanks for that, Jesse.
Absolutely.
But can you put a jumper on? You're making me cold.
It's not
just
that
looking at
bad.
it.
It's freezing.
If there is no snow, then it's not that bad.
No.
Obviously, coming from North America, you're used to the cold weather. Let's have a look. Let's see
Well,
who's
coming
watching at
from
home.
Queensland,
Justin
I
Adams
don't
is
even
watching.
own
G'day
a pair of
Justin
pants.
and Mark
Queensland's
Crams
north, right?
watching and cheering on the Angels. So, g'day, and thank you to everyone who is watching from home. Now, Steph Trzynski will get back into her work, and that is digging in and pitching for the Thunder. Zali Adams up to bat for the
Pitch to
Vespas.
pitcher.
And interestingly enough, Troy, Jesse, you'd probably already know this, but Steph Trzynski is the assistant coach of the state under-18 team. Zali Adams is, of course, the #1 for the SA under-18 girls. And so we've got not only pitcher versus pitcher, but we've got coach versus player as well.
Love to see it.
Haley Benathan's a runner on third. Good
I think we should
camera
get
view.
Morgan
of
in the box.
that. Well, your pitchers would be lining up to throw to him.
Exactly. We're talking about players versus coaches. That could be a round of fully loaded.
And do you love these pitching, Jules? How do you go when you go up against like a Steph Trzynski or Zali Adams?
Unfortunately, I don't get to hit much.
No?
No.
Left
I
it.
belong out in the middle over there, but I stay away from the batter's box. It's not so much the hitting as much as the running.
Right.
But, yeah. But Steph hits off of me, and she actually does pretty good. But a lot of the pitchers in the league, in the regular club league, and in this situation, I really love it because they're aggressive.
Yeah.
Kind of, just go up there and swing. Go up and hit it.
So is there no batting from Coach Dale or yours?
It's just in general, I'm not really much of a hitter, so.
We just saw Zali Adams get a walk there, a very rare walk pitched by Steph Trzynski. So the second run for the Vespas crosses the plate, and advantage now to the Vespas. You'd say there's still loaded bases, and no outs. Cara Schultz up to bat. Swing and a miss, and just gets
Coming
away
for
from the end of the bat. Ada Caruana will score easily from third. She's so quick.
So good.
Ada.
Yeah, Ada's one of the fastest on the Stars teams right now. It's really impressive at the Stars training. We're doing a lot of speed and agility work, and some of the girls on the team, Jordan Lambert, Ada, Haley Benathan, Chelsea, all of them are really quick players, and it's exciting to see.
Excellent.
Cara
Nice
Schultz
pitch.
not going down, wondering there. Big cut and a swing and a miss for the first out. So Trzynski strikes out Schultz for the first out of the inning. We've got a new hitter up to bat. This is Ashley George. Now, we had Sophie Roberts give us some insight on Ash. She's got from baseball in just her first season of softball, and she's just slotted straight in at the highest club level.
Yes, Ashley's been a great addition to our Walkerville club that I play for, and really great person, and is so aggressive out there. So
Yeah.
She's got a beautiful swing, and she's very fast in the outfield. We love to see it.
Watches that one
Nice
over
pitch
for
there.
a called strike. I see her working out all the time as well. She comes to softball,
Yeah.
she trains, she's always running, she's she's got a different training partner almost every day. Hayley Benithan's actually one of her regulars that
Yes.
she trains with, and
Oh, well left.
check swing on that one there. But it's always good to see someone dedicated and applied to the craft, isn't it? It's
Absolutely.
she just wants to be that good, doesn't she?
She does. And the transition from baseball to softball, especially when you're facing a baseball and then you're facing a rise ball off of Steph Trzynski, it's
Well,
not always the easiest adjustment, but she works really hard.
She'll
so.
go down swinging on this occasion for the second out. So Trzynski, after giving up a lead-off walk, has struck out the next 2 hitters.
I can imagine she's not too happy about having the walk there, so wouldn't want to be after that.
No.
Low for a ball. Poppy Carmen up to bat. This is her debut tonight
Is
in
it?
fully loaded softball. Yep, she played the last game in the win and pitched the win against the Angels
She did. Yep.
in her fully loaded debut.
Did a good job.
Gives a nod for that one there. Came through pretty hard. How fast is she throwing here, Troy?
She's around about the 98, 99k mark, nearly triple figures.
So she's just holding off a little bit, isn't she?
She is holding off a little bit. She's generally over the 100.
Not quite up to 110. Oh, I'm looking at you, Jesse.
I don't know if I'm up there this year, but
I've seen 109.
Well, you're
Okay,
obviously not watching the replays back after your games.
yeah. I mean,
Straight through the middle.
3
3
streets.
strikes.
Trzynski strikes out the
hitters.
side, and she's in scintillating form. She is going to be an absolute weapon for the Stars coming into Gillies Shield. And after giving off that lead-off walk, she struck out the next 3 batters. And if you don't mind, she's given up 2 runs in 2 innings of fully loaded softball.
That's
Yeah.
impressive stats.
We're not seeing too many batters out each inning either, so
Yeah.
it's really impressive. She heard you say that she wasn't breaking triple digits on
Yeah.
speed, so she struck out the side.
Yeah, there we go. So she's got a good kick off the
Yes.
rise.
And that's one of the things that we're looking forward to going into the internationals is Jalen Ford will be joining our battery, and
Excellent.
she's a very strong pitcher. Believe she got NPF MVP this past
That's
season.
right, the finals MVP,
Yep.
playing for the USSSA Pride. It's her 3rd year with the Stars, and she is part of the family now, as you are, Jesse.
Thank you, James.
You were part of the family last year. You helped out so much.
Thank
A great
you.
volunteer. You don't mind umpiring as well, so you've broken the mould for the pitcher, I think.
Oh, thank you.
Normally,
I'm trying.
normally the pitchers are known to be a bit of a diva-ish behaviour.
Oh, yes, yes. No, I try to do what I can. I love the league down here in South Australia, and I will do anything to help out unless I try. Maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but no, it's been great here.
Well, I will never forget the day that you helped out with the Bacardi Well-Being Day. You very much supported that cause
Yes.
as well.
That was a good day.
Someone after that.
Neve
swing.
Adams, just a free swing at that one, and will be an infield fly for the first out of the bottom of the second inning. We saw her hit a home run in the opening game of tonight, the youngest player in the competition.
How old is she?
She's playing under 16s and under 18s this year, Neve
Wow.
Adams.
Hats off to her. That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
One quick out. So Poppy Carmen's proven to be very effective tonight. Steph Trzynski's now up to bat. Now, speaking of pitches that hit,
Yes.
we've
Steph's a
seen
good hitter.
Steph Trzynski with absolutely nothing to lose bat this year for West Torrens, and she's crushing it.
Yes, she really is, and I think it's hats off.
Oh, like
here
that.
she goes.
Just on cue, 1-2 bounces into the glove of left fielder. Is that Zali Adams playing left field for the Vespas, and an RBI single to Steph Trzynski, and she's fit and strong, and we mentioned it the last couple of weeks thanks to KX Pilates at Glenelg. So well done to Lisa and Imogen for just getting Steph into tip-top shape and just smashing it. Just trying to get a free Pilates membership.
I thought
yeah.
so. Oh, nice
Araha
crack.
Munro goes
that could be a
opposite
double.
field. One bounce and over the line for a ground rule double. A 2-run shot to Araha Munro. Also a pitcher, so we've
Yes.
seen 2 pitchers go back-to-back shots for the Thunder. And the horn
the
has
horn.
come out.
I love it.
Yay for the pitches out there.
Yeah, back-to-back RBI single. Or
Line
what's the
drives,
double there?
I should
Line
say.
drives, yeah.
Well,
from pitchers. And we have another
third
pitcher.
pitcher.
Ellie Georgaris is also a pitcher.
Yep.
So this is 3 pitchers in a row. You love nice.
Chops it to third base, Cara Schultz, who checks the runner and fires it across for the second out. Well done to Cara. That was a great
Well
play.
done,
You
yep.
can't ask your third base any more than that. Good camera angle there from David Muggleton. One quick check from Cara Schultz. Papa Carmen did well to get out the way.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes it's hard being tall and standing in the center.
It pitch
Because
from
what are you? Are
Carmen.
you 6 foot?
What? She's 7 foot.
I think that's the first time I've been asked if I'm under 6 foot, and I'm going to say yes. No. I
Because you
am-
see you with the Cats lineup, the first person you see when you're in the huddle.
Oh, another
Jess
base.
Bushell
yourself.
gets a great shot out to right field, but comfortably taken out at right field by Ada Caruana. And for those keeping score at home, and probably you would know, Jessie and I are the same height. We're both 6'4". Are you 6'4"?
No, we have to stop rounding it up to 4. I'm at 6'3".
And a half.
No, I'm like at 6'3". Let's leave it at 6'3".
Okay.
You can
6'3".
you can tell I'm as tall as you, Jessie.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And you got the
exactly.
little gnome sitting on the end here. So.
Yeah, how high is your hat, James?
That's why I sit closer to the camera so I look
Oh,
look
okay,
taller.
okay.
Um,
In that case, I'll sit down that way.
Jessie
next
Dressing
time.
joining us here, part of the Spacequake Sports Call team, and we're bringing you Game 3 of Fully Loaded Softball in Week 5. Is it Week 5? Week 4.
Is it already?
It's Week 5 already. One more round next week, and then finals in 2 weeks' time as we go into the Christmas break, and teams would just about be ready and prepared for national championships. That's
Yes.
why we're running it as well. Not only do we get to promote fantastic new product, which is Fully Loaded Softball, but we're giving our opportunity to our state representatives, our Stars players, to prepare for their national championships. And love to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, I think it is great because you would imagine that on a Thursday night we would be practicing or training, and not that those aren't wonderful to train, but to have live pitchers, live defense, you know, you have your umpires that come out every Thursday for us, so it is really great to be able to have game simulation every single week.
Yeah,
on top of our regular club play, but it's this type of setup where you can really work on things.
Yeah, they give you definitely a huge advantage, wouldn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's awesome. So I've loved it. I have plenty of friends back home in the States that are, what is this you're playing where bases are loaded? Oh, Jesse Keach with a good piece of the ball out to right field.
Brings in the run, sack fly.
Jess Neves settles under that one, gets it in.
She will be a Stars debutante with you this year.
Yes.
Have you been discussing with your other Stars first-year players about what it's like, or are you
Yeah, I think
already all welcomed in?
we're all welcomed in. The girls are awesome, and yeah, we don't focus too much on, you know, who's first and not, but you do have veterans who have been on that team for a long time, who have been working and building that culture. And because it is such a great culture, it's really easy for new people to come into that team.
Yeah, that's
so,
great.
Yeah.
Maddie Cameron up to bat for the Vespas. There's 2 runners on base. And she smashes this one. It's going to get the journey for home
Just
run
made
number
it.
5 on the season, 2 for the night. And the Vespas, with that 3-run shot, will take the lead, which is perfect timing as well from their marquee player. Gets a high five from Jilpy KT, and she breaks the tape once again. And Maddie Cameron just leading this Vespa side on and off the diamond with another home run. Kelsey Barker is pitching for the Thunder. And guys, when Maddie Cameron comes up to bat, what are your thoughts? Are you're automatically thinking pass her up, or you're thinking, well, you know, it's a good challenge for me. Let's take on the champ.
I think you'd take on the champ, wouldn't you?
I always do,
Yeah.
because that is practice.
Yeah.
For me, the hitters that we are going to be seeing over in Perth are, you know,
The quality of the Camerons and the Bell Whites.
Exactly. So for me especially, go right at them. But I also, with that being said, you do not throw the ball just down the middle of the plate. You really have to challenge yourself and challenge the hitter. So
Hit the spots.
But with a hitter like Maddie Cameron and Bella White, you really have to take your chances and try to do your best. So
Vespas with that 1-run lead now going into the top of the 3rd inning with Hayley Benithan up to bat. No outs, and Hayley Benithan with a walk, so Ada Caruana will come up now for the Vespas, and they really do need to cash in this inning, the Vespas, because the Thunder will have the last opportunity to hit, and they start with bases loaded, so they need to put a couple extra runs on the board to put that offensive pressure on. Big lead off from Benithan, who is pretty quick, isn't she?
yes, Hayley has been working, as you said, very hard this off season and the beginning of this season. She's gotten a lot quicker this year. It's great to see.
Notes are flying everywhere as the wind picks up a little bit here at West Beach, and it's not snowing, so Jessie's not putting the jumper on.
Well, the jackets have come off on the corners there.
No, yep.
Yep.
It might have to go on for me in a second here. Now I'm just being stubborn.
Caruana reaches for it and sort of just waves it into play. Good defense from young catcher Neve Adams.
She's so fast.
Yeah.
Makes the out, and 1 out for the Vespas. Hayley Benithan, runner on second. Great camera angle here from our Spacequake Sports crew. Out is called by first base umpire Dave Datson. A catch a speed up rule as Ada goes out to run on second base. Neville Lawrence on third and Dave Borovnik on second. They all look very sharp in their blue uniforms provided by Emmsee Sportswear, as are all the uniforms.
Yes.
And we're so grateful for the support of our franchise owners, the MFSA, Emmsee Sportswear, and of course Scoots Cafe West Beach. Have you been down to Scoots Cafe West Beach Road?
I believe you brought me there right before Nationals last year. We went and grabbed a quick coffee before getting back to work for Nationals last year. So
Always looking after our volunteers. Thanks for that.
Exactly.
Thanks for
oh yeah, it was all James.
Becky Harvis, who's had a great night in the field, but she's just struggled a little bit with the bat, hasn't she, with the change of pace of Jenny Gray. Is that a
Yes.
tactic that the Angels were discussing with Jenny?
I can't give away all of our tactics, but I will say that a lot of the club pitchers right now in the A-grade level are throwing pretty quick. So I think when we're coming back to this fully loaded, if a pitcher has a nice off-speed pitch, then we're going to try and focus and use that. So
Kelsey will kill me for giving away some, I don't know, maybe some secrets that Softball SA have at the moment just up our sleeve. But you just mentioned our overseas pitchers. Oh, this one just bounces ugly past Belinda White, and the runner from second will score. So Becky Harvis on the board with a single there.
I think that missed her.
I was just going to say that our all-star lineup yet to be announced. There will be some social media announcements about it, but I can give you a bit of a scoop right here that a couple of our international pitchers have agreed to play in that game. So you're not going to have it all your own way this year, the Stars. You played for the All-Stars last year.
I was on the other side of that last year, and I remember right, the Stars did very, very well. I don't think that day went well for me, but with that being said, that lineup it never drops off.
Right.
That lineup is
1, 2,
unstoppable.
9,
So,
right? Yeah.
no, the All-Star game, Stars game is always very exciting. Mind you, I've only been here for 1 year of it, but we're all looking forward to it. When is that?
That is a great question. It's Sunday the 22nd of December, right here on Spacequake Sports. It's going to be a triple header, under 18 versus under 16 girls state team. For the first time, we're broadcasting them. Then the main game, Stars versus the All-Stars. It's the West Beach Parks All-Stars, and I've already mentioned a couple of the players that are going to be playing in that team. We've invited Ashley Merkin. She's going to be playing in that game. Ash George in her first year of softball. We've got a great lineup of stars, former stars, as well as current stars of the game. Do I give it away? Do I give it away? Johanna Grauer has signed today.
That's not a shocker for anyone.
Johanna Grauer, who is the Port Adelaide import, she's coming to play. It's going to be a huge game, and then we'll have a pre-main game, and that is the men's state team versus All-Stars. So
There we go.
very much looking forward to that. Okay, Jesse Keach is pitching for the Vespas. Let's get back to the action and stick with it for a while. Hi to Matt Torpy, who's watching at home. Love you, Matty, and can't wait to see what comments you've got for us this week. It's Belinda White up to bat. Free base. Are you going to pass her up because the Vespas are only holding on to a 1-run lead at the moment since that pass ball scored Araha Munro?
I think you would want to.
Straight up. I don't even think there's any thought about it. You just
I'm
do
a
it.
pitcher. You have to remember that. Free bases are a little bit on the prize.
Here we go. I think they
it's
heard
happening.
you. Yeah, they heard you.
Yeah.
There we go.
I think that's a smart move.
I was also going to say she hasn't had a home run yet tonight, so she's overdue.
Yeah.
Yes. No, with the lead, with only the 1-run lead, you got to be smart there. And with a hitter like Belle White, put her on the free base.
Yes.
My
Do it.
notes are all over the place
Most
because of the
definitely.
wind, but I just wanted to say not only is she joint leader of home runs now with Maddie Cameron going up to 5, but she's also had a number of walks as well. She's had 3, make it 4 intentional walks. There's only been 6 for the season. We'll make that 7 now.
Make
and
that 7.
Maddie Cameron had one earlier tonight, so that's 8. So she's had more than half the intentional walks, as well as leading the home runs for the competition, Belinda White. So that is why they've walked her, because she's leading the home runs. Sarah Tonkin, though, no slouch.
No slouch.
Chance to win the game here
Another
for
Stars representative.
the Thunder. Yes, she certainly is. She's probably been state representative coming up about 10 years this year, and we always know that a 10-year state rep plaque is awarded. So maybe Sarah looking to add to her trophy cabinet after today, after this year. She gets a walk to tie up the ball game. Put your
was
jumper
good.
on.
Oh, no.
I was just
That
looking
wind
over.
just came through, and that cold gust right there got me. I
Yeah,
think I'm going to break.
I saw this shiver in the corner of my eye. Had a bit of a chuckle.
Well, we've just tied up the ball game. Sophie Roberts up to bat. There are none outs.
Yeah.
None
Yeah,
outs. There's no outs. And one base will win the game for the Thunder here. So Sophie Roberts with no outs probably got a free hit. Don't you think? Like, just go for it. Go for the win right here, right now.
Yeah. Well, Sophie's always an aggressive hitter, so. Oh.
And as we saw on the last game with the walk with Maddie Cameron, it didn't really make a difference because he ended up scoring 4 runs. So,
Yes, that did happen.
2 balls is the count.
Sorry.
Jesse Keach
No, you're
just
okay.
needs to get the ball into the strike zone first and foremost.
oh, that's a great shot.
Well, that single is going to win the game for the Thunder. Second run's going to cross the plate in Belinda White. So now it's a matter of damage control for the Vespas to try and pinch 1 point from a loss. So you get that 1 point if you lose by a margin of 4 or less. It's already out to 2, so they need some quick outs here, the Vespas. Yes, Neves just pops this one up, and
It's a hard.
Oh, she's played it well.
is that Ash
That
Merkin
is
playing
Ash Merkin
second?
at second base.
Oh, I can't. She doesn't look familiar to me away from third base, and also without that royal blue shirt on
I
as well.
know. She's out of the Walkerville gear, out of position, but settles underneath that ball.
Wind causing havoc up there for her.
Oh,
Ash Merkin signed with the All Stars. So another great player. This All Stars team's
is-
going to be high quality. Jesse, you got to bring your A game.
absolutely, James. I mean, I'm excited to see Ashley on the field for the All-Stars, absolutely. She's a great player who has also joined the league. This is her second year?
Second year, yeah.
So she's been doing an incredible job for us.
Just like you've walked into a premiership side.
Hey.
And you've gone back to back as well. So
Back to back.
you both played massive parts in that role with the Walkerville Cats. And well, let's be honest. I mean, there's other great teams going up against you. So it was no mean feat just to win one. You won back to back. Work cut out for you to win a third in a row.
I mean, absolutely. The league this year is so competitive, but you know, I still have to support my Cats, and we are very focused, very determined. But hats off to the league. I think this year everyone has stepped it up, and it's a lot of fun to compete right
Well
now.
said, well said.
Great league.
Thunder have won the game. It's now just a matter of by how much. And they're
Nice
already
change up.
sitting top of the ladder. So I guess you as an Angels player would be hoping that the Vespas can get the
Yes.
keep the Thunder from scoring too many more runs and going way ahead on the ladder, because the advantage is top of the table, go straight through to the grand final. Second place will have to play third place, and I'm just giving up. I can't find the ladder. There it is there, just as they go. So after tonight, Angels have played 10. They've won 4 and lost 6. They'll be on 16 points. They might have scored a point on each of the losses. Were they by more than 4? Stolen base there from Sarah Tonkin. So they'll be on about 16, 17 points.
Maybe.
Thunder have already won both the games that they've played tonight. So they'll jump up to at least 30 points.
Wow.
Or 28 points. Geez, the score is just so hard. It's so but they'll be 10 ahead of the closest
Drop it down
competitor.
to
And
second.
Merkin makes the second play, and Maddie Cameron just wants to show off
Warming
that
their
arm
arm
of hers. And,
I like the middle infield. We have Ashley Merkin slipping into Maddie Cameron, trying for the double play. I love it. Love to see it.
Yeah, normally we'll see Maddie Cameron out at centre field for the Falcons and Merkin over at third for the Cats. So it is very entertaining, isn't it? When we see Kelsey Barker now up to bat as well, one of our young stars of the competition. She's also in the state under 23 team.
Yes, she is. So how do finals work? Does everyone bottom 2 plays?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, if you finish top, you go straight through into the grand final.
Okay.
So it's a 6-week competition. 7th week is the finals. Top of the table goes straight through to the grand final. Second will play third. And although it's an advantage to go straight through to the grand final, like you could even look at it at saying, well, the team's playing first. The winning team of the first game have already built some momentum going into that grand final. They've warmed up. They've played 3 innings, and they may even take an advantage going into the final if you can win that first final.
Exactly. Yeah. That should be exciting.
All your fully loaded softball action can be caught right here on Spacequake Sports and Softball SA every Thursday night. We're in week 5 this week, so we've got 2 weeks left to go. And after the Christmas break, we're going to return to our regular Wednesday night action. And can't wait for...
Rip that. Oh, well
Maddie
picked
Cameron,
up.
nice pickup.
Fires
this
it
year's
over.
final series. That'll end it for the end of the game with a 2-run victory to the Thunder, ending on a great play by Maddie Cameron at shortstop. They're all smiles because they're actually able to get a point.
So they do get a point out of that?
They get a point out of that, so that'll make the ladder interesting. We'll work that out and get that to
replay.
How good was that play from Cameron? Not only was it up the middle, she had to throw it over the top of the second base player, the runner running to second and firing it across for the third out. What a great camera angle that was from David Muggleton and his crew at Spacequake Sports. Well, what an entertaining night tonight. We've had the Thunder win 2 matches. We've had the Vespas get over the top of the Angels yet again. We've had some absolute star power in the commentary position. Maddie Cameron, Sophie Roberts, and this lady right beside me, Jessie Dressick. Thank you so much for joining us. Very special guest commentator tonight, Troy Purcell.
Thank you.
Came all the way in from Queensland tonight to cover Nick, Laura and Mark. We'll have them back on deck next week. Terrific action. Thank you so much to all the teams. Thank you also to our broadcast partners. That is Spacequake Sports, Bob Burns Blinds, Emmsee Sportswear, Statewide Super, CBS, Mind Lab, and let's not forget the franchise owners, Scoots Cafe West Beach, Emmsee Sportswear and the MFSA. Let's get some closing comments on the night, guys.
It was another great night of softball. Good hits, good defense all around, and the pitchers, did great.
You going to be back next week?
I'll be back next week.
Nice.
Yes.
Troy, will you be back next week? Or watching?
I'll be watching next week back home in the comfort of my lounge. So
Okay.
I go back home on Sunday. But I might take Bodie up on his gameplay tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. I'll just have to have a chat with him. So,
So
Alright,
Troy
yeah.
will be watching with his greyhounds next week. Dr. Greyhound, do you want to give it a quick plug?
yeah, so Love a Greyhound is the charity. So we rehome greyhounds straight from the track.
Oh.
So yeah, if you ever want to have a greyhound or a beautiful little quiet dog that sleeps 20 hours a day, Love a greyhound. Come and hit us up.
That's awesome.
That'll do it for us tonight on Space Week Sports. Fully loaded softball right here at Softball SA. We'll be bringing you the Adelaide Club competition action this Saturday at 2 p.m. But we'll be back for week 6 of fully loaded action next Thursday, 7 p.m. Check us out on social media. Give us a like, a share, and all your comments. We'll get to you and say good day if you're watching at home. So thanks again for watching. Tonight it was the Thunder with 2 wins, the Vespas with 1, and the poor Angels go home empty-handed tonight.
Catch us in finals.
All right, that'll do it. Good night, and we'll see you next week.